Hey there, Speed Gaming. I'm again for more Super Metroid Randomizer League. We're into week 2 now, and we're going to be watching a race between the Tenacious 3 and the A team. So the runners are Not Now Gwen versus Ace Zero. So this will be another exciting race to watch. So I'm Aussie, and then with me is D-Web on comms. So, hey D-Web, how's it going?
I'm doing good. And hello, everyone in chat. Should be an interesting race. A little bit of info right now on these teams. Tenacious 3 went 1-1 last week. The A team went 2-0. Ace played both of those races, and Gwen played neither. She actually said this is her first Super Metroid Randomizer tournament race that isn't SMRAT, so big step up in logic for her. But we will see how she does. Ace, he's got some experience in this and some other randomizers, so should be an interesting race, and obviously these settings can allow for a whole lot of interesting things to go on. So let's see how this goes. And just like the first seed I comped this week, we have a lot of majors in criteria.
Yeah, that's a 5. So the settings we're playing are countdown, is what we're talking about right now. So you see at the top of the screen says Crater 5. So there's going to be 5 major items in this region. Countdown pairs well with full area, in that the map is broken into regions. And so whenever they change region, the little name at the top is going to change to reflect that. And so everyone can keep track of where they are. But first we're going down to pick up our morph ball at the vanilla morph location or the ceiling.
Yeah, we've got a missile. As some people may know, you have to pick up this item no matter what it is, no matter how much you may hate it. So missile is fine. You definitely need some projectile ammo here at the start. After the morph ball, we'll see some interesting, decisions right at the beginning with 5 items in criteria. There's a lot of locations that are either slow or inaccessible or require a lot of power bombs in the case of Billy Mays. So very unlikely you're going to get all 5 first run through criteria, but we'll see what options are even presented to them. If you don't get any kind of bombs, you're definitely skipping some stuff.
Speed booster. That's going to open up more options in the very early game here. It's often you'll see the ship power bomb location and the criteria climb supers left behind, but now they're more likely to be open. But it still depends on what else they find, because no bombs yet.
And I said you're not going to get all 5 of them. We've already got 3, 2 of which are very, very good items. Screw attack and speed booster. One's going to make you go fast. One's going to make every enemy die very quickly if it is actually able to be killed by the screw attack. There are a few enemies that don't die to the screw attack, but not many. We're in for a treat right here. We're going to have some fast movement, and we definitely need to find some supers and some power bombs.
Yeah, with that screw attack, it keeps you from going slow, so that they can go fast and not slow at the same time. It's also going to unlock this Old Mother Brain location. You can use screw attack to break the floor blocks here and get another check. More missiles. So we are playing Very Randomizer as our randomizer here. And that can try to gate you on your miners and where they're located.
There's also a fun strat you can do in this room that neither one is going to opt to do because of the energy cost, but you can actually just break those blocks that are over there when you come out of Escape and Turian and Shine Spark, but definitely want more than 99 health for that. Unfortunately, we won't see that, but we are going to see, I'm guessing, Bomb Teresa. That would be very bold to skip that this early, and then as of right now, we're going low. You could check the first item of Gauntlet. I don't know if they're making that play, though.
Yeah, it's not very item efficient to make that check, but it is something they can do. More typical to get the Terminator item, then continue through the transition doors. There's gonna be 2 of those to the left. And for this zone, there's 2 more to the right behind the super door. So 5 total. The last one at Blue Bren. So Terminator item,
far.
also missiles.
Yep, like Odyssey was saying with those miners, we've only found missiles that would seem to me to indicate that it definitely wants you either to take that screw attack and go to Gauntlet for just the first item, which could be power bombs that would let you go to the back, or it's sending you over here. We've got Red Tower. Red Tower without supers is awful because everything except X-ray requires it.
Yep. And also without power bombs, you gotta worry about that soft lock risk. But
Yeah.
without supers, you can't do much there, as it is.
Well, we have two things we could do. Neither of them are that great. Like I said, you've got Red Brinstar. Ozzy said there's a few more. There's a lot of transitions in Red Brinstar. A couple of them are past a power bomb door that we would not be able to unlock. And all of the items are green doors or orange doors, so none of the items are available. We're going.
Oh, Wreck Ship has a item you can get in the water.
Yep. There is one item currently available at the bottom of the ocean, and then a super door. This should.
Super door, bomb blocks. So just this one item they can get right now. They can scout the item in the above area. Oh, look at that. It's both
Wreck
a
Ship
strong
1.
item and they're one major for the wreck ship.
Definitely, if you have a wreck ship 1 and you're consternating on whether or not you actually want to dig out that item, you want to see it early. The fact that they can't actually do wreck ship right now, which Ace is gonna realize when he tries to menu twice on his ammo and it goes back to 0.
Successfully farm some health. But this gives the lead to Gwen.
Looks like she didn't get that Meridian map knowledge, so that's probably gonna swing right back. A nice little Kegel farm. I like that heads up play. No E-tanks yet, so you don't want to just be running around in areas where it definitely expects you to have E-tanks. Enemies aren't going to hurt too bad right now, but they will add up if you're not careful.
Yeah, you certainly got to be careful with your decisions that you're making at this point, because you don't know what's going to come next, and if it's the bad thing, then it can be really costly. It looks like we're seeing the central door to Red Tower. Red Tower is full of area transitions. So there were 2 on the bottom right. There's one at the tube that can be broken. This main central door that Ace is going through now has one, and then there's going to be 2 more at the top. So there's many transitions here.
Didn't mention it when we got our first peek into West Meridian, but there is one major up there, and here's our moment of risk. I was hoping to not be putting this on the runners, but that front of gauntlet, that first item, which you can access with just a screw attack, that could have been what it wanted to do all along. If that was a super or a power bomb, then they definitely wanted and needed that. And up here, like we said, there's 2 more transitions. There's the Meridian escape and the elevator, and I don't believe Ace has saved it all, if I'm remembering. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
This could get dicey. You thought about saving there. That save would do absolutely nothing for him. You're already past the point of no return.
Yeah, the routing at this point in the game makes it pretty awkward to get a save in. Unless they did want to check the gauntlet item, then that'd be a good time to save. Ace thinking, but has to go up the elevator. We did find Torian. That's good knowledge. But it is not something they can use.
And Gwen did take that save. So we're gonna see what happens if the seed is being especially unfriendly. We are going to have a complete reset, and anyone who came in here 8 minutes late, 9 minutes late, Hello, and welcome to Super Metroid Randomizer Week 2 between Tenacious 3 and the A Team. They have to start over. There's no other choice.
Yep, for an exciting race here. 5 major items in criteria. Wowee. Wonder just how strong these items they'll find are going to be, or if they even find them at all.
Question in chat from Kevin says they did not do Gauntlet because they had other options. So they're gonna get not Varia. What am I saying? They're gonna get Morph Ball. They're gonna get Speed Booster, and they're gonna get Screw Attack, and everything else is missiles that we've seen. And we've seen quite a few areas and not a lot of items because you need supers and power bombs in Red Tower. So yeah, I mean it's obviously if you only have Screw and Speed and Morph, you're not getting the back 2 items of the Gauntlet. So you maybe don't want to do that, but like I was saying, it could be the answer, and here it is.
Yep, looks like that's our answer. But yeah, the check just feels bad to make when you can't get to those back items as well. And so they just decided to skip it. And now they both get to play in panic mode for having lost 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you're a worst case scenario, you're thinking my opponent checked Gauntlet because the logic was like, hey, I gave you Screw Attack, I even gave you Speed Booster for fun, which doesn't open that, but it's gonna make it faster, and you're thinking my opponent got that, and I just lost 8 minutes. If you're a slightly less than worst case, you're thinking your opponent just saved at the ship, and even if they ended up making this choice, they still saved 2 or 3 minutes on you. So I know there was some nerves in the race time chat from both of these players. I think from a meta perspective, Ace maybe could be the more worried person in the position of like he's the favorite, Gwen, and he probably know that. So if you're Gwen and you want to make a play to do a slow check early, Gauntlet is that play. Who knows how Gwen feels? She's definitely they're not happy about this. They're not happy that they lost 9 minutes and the game was like you have to do Gauntlet or else. But you gotta adapt.
Yeah,
You gotta make it work.
we'll definitely see how they react to this. I guess counter opinion. I was thinking that Ace might have wanted to take a more conservative early game and maybe go out of his way to check that gauntlet. So it was open to either of them to make that play.
We've got a little hundo strat. Ace, remember this time you can charge this shine spark going up this elevator, and then you can just kill all the enemies with ease instead of shooting them. Take a little bit of health, but he also knows that there's a missile down here. He is gonna get it. You definitely don't want to just skip every missile early game. Obviously for that Phantom fight you want some. You never know how ammo and charge are gonna go, but this one's quick.
You definitely want some comfort missiles. So even if you have everything else in the game, you're gonna want your 10 or 15 missiles. And also, you farm your health back up pretty fast on this climb. It's just off the pirates, they have a good chance of dropping big health.
And because the climb is every speedrunner's favorite room, we got to do it twice this seed. So good job for showing off those climb skills.
Yeah, and in full area, you may even see it more than that. So what's Ace's play here?
There's a comment from Sunwoo Farmer about bet on crab hole from Red Tower mid. I didn't track the areas this time, so I don't quite remember everything that went through, but I thought they saw they came out in Meridian map at least in one point, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, we had 3 West Meridias.
So yeah, we were talking about Gauntlet, and Ace did not go there, and neither did Gwen. Oh, he wants the plasma again.
Ah, yeah, plasma. I mean, pick up your powerful items while you remember where they are. But still can't do anything else in wreck ship, so we have to backtrack.
So yeah, right now we are still fine to get back to where we think we need to go. Um, yeah, I'm a little bit confused. I thought I was pretty sure that we knew we had to do Gauntlet, but neither runner doing it makes me worried that I missed something. But even if I missed something, I think you still do that check after a full reset of 9 minutes.
Yeah, full area is the mode where it's very easy to lose track of what's connected to where, and then if you don't have that, you can't make good decisions from even our perspective. Like, we know that they have access to an item at Gauntlet, and they're missing minors and majors.
Okay, so yeah, chat was right about being possibly able to go from the Main Street area transition to the Meridian Map area transition. Gwen, going back, we're gonna there's nothing else to go back to unless you're doing Gauntlet, so we're gonna find out if one or both of these routes are correct. But again, Ace is going into a point of no return.
I thought we've seen this.
That's maybe
Yeah.
what we were just saying. We did see this, and it did go back to criteria. I'm guessing. I mean, if you're Ace, if you knew that, you wouldn't have gone from Meridia Escape, well, lower Meridia Escape, to above X-Ray back to criteria when you could have just taken the Crate entry or the Norfair portal, and also gotten right back there.
I feel like he's not acting like he knew that it would come out here.
Yeah.
He had a plan to make that check and then froze after coming out the other side.
So if anyone is maybe a little bit questioning of the logic, there was a logic help little tab in the last season of the spreadsheet for Randomizer League, and it incorrectly stated that you needed an E-Tank for this check if you have Screw Attack, which you do not, but it is still dangerous, especially if you don't have a Super Missile to kill a Yapping Law, as Gwen unfortunately just showed us. She did save though, so this is a minimal time loss. But yeah, Screw Attack by itself puts, I mean, even without Morph Ball, it puts the first item in Logic with just Screw Attack. But yeah, this is a reason. This is a within Logic play. As we can see that nothing else has happened or is possible.
Oh, this
And yeah,
run and jump that Gwen's doing is really smart. You get to avoid the wall jumps, and you get to avoid any health loss from Shine Sparking.
and we've got a speed booster item de-equipped from Ace. A little bit comfier movement, speed only. It wasn't intended to be done by the devs, so it's bad, and probably because they didn't bother to care. So he's comfier with this. You do lose some time from pausing and re-equipping it. It's a super missile. It's not even the power bomb to get them to the back of Gauntlet, but there's our progression. Now they could find stuff in red for Star, or they could go to the right for that other transition. Just the one of them though, not mode.
Yep, it opens up an option, and it's a pretty big decision. Like, they're not close together at all. They're closer to the right side criteria transitions, though. So you could be tempted into making that check.
Both of our runners living life on the edge here in this dangerous 199 energy gauntlet. But we've got super missiles. There was the one major in Red Tower, but honestly, at this point, you're looking for the other miners as well. So
right,
you could check everything there except for X-ray, unless you're like some any percent glitch runner and you have 99 energy X-ray strats. But even then, you don't have a power bomb yet, so we're not going there.
right. So you're looking for power bomb still. There's that one major in Red Tower, and also there's some more good transitions, like more regions that have accessible items even without power bombs. Like, this is a good one. Some nice cool items over in Upper Norfair, over by High Jump.
Oh yeah, 2 Upper Norfair items and 3 in Lower Norfair. So Various Suit looking like a very valuable item this seed. We can definitely get these 3 items in the high jump area. Going to ice beam with no energy and no bomb block to get you out of ice if you don't get the escape. Maybe not the greatest idea, but yeah, the seed is not I don't know what it's telling them other than, check everything and hope.
Yeah, so far that's what we've seen. That looked like a power bomb. It's the second miner in high jumpy tank room. So this is turning out to be a good choice. With all of your miner collected, then all of your options are greatly expanded. And since we have Upper North here now, you're want to keep an eye out for E-tanks and ways to have enough health to do these heated room checks.
Yeah, we've got Ace. He's taking a save. I'm thinking probably if you're really good, you could make this energy work to check the Crocomire door, which is with Speed Booster. Obviously, that's pretty easily available. You just got to hit that gate glitch in the heat. You can obviously take the easy scout of Bubble Mountain Missile, and other than that, it's not a very attractive area to be in with no E-tanks.
Yeah, from here, you're going to want E-tanks making these checks. And to put most of this in logic, the Bubble Mountain item should be fine with this speed path, but nothing else. And more power bombs.
Yeah, Ace. I agree with Ace. I want a second one.
Yeah, for sure. Falls down the broken tube. Happens pretty much every time you jump up from the left side. Go over here.
Gwen looks like she decided against this power bomb over here, so she's running back over to the left. Yeah, I'm forgetting what all we found over on the red tower portal side. I just know that I know we found Turian at the top. There was Turian and there was pre-Octoduct, so those you're definitely still not doing anything. Obviously, we didn't get a tube check. It's still not in logic, but now you could actually do it with the power bomb. I guess did we leave 2 majors in criteria? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, my hunch is that between the 2 in criteria and red tower, there's a high jump somewhere, and it wants us to go up the tube. Obviously, you can sequence break that pretty easily. Oh, and I'm forgetting about what Gwen's probably about to do, which is the mode check.
Yep, the mode check. They can also get to the blue Brinstar transition now.
Yeah, so
while you're here, criteria, you can clear out nearly every item, so they may want to stay.
definitely with Ace's ammo, you could you could see everything. I don't think 99 energy is enough for the shaft supers.
Yeah,
Especially
that's really
considering
the
the
only
spike
one.
damage. Yeah. So Gwen is looking at the seed and saying, "You know what? You've wanted us to do some silly stuff already. Actually, no. This is all known stuff. We've seen all of this. Maybe she wants to check out
It is
Crab
the
Super.
Crab Supers check. And we did see a blind check into Mama Turtle payoff in one of the yellow races.
Our tracker Craze, thanks, doing a good job. All of West Meridian now found. This is interesting. Top of Everest was Moats. Ace noped out of there. Gwen. Okay, so Gwen's gonna end up right back in Red Tower out of the Main Street portal that goes right above X-Ray, if I remember correctly. And yeah, there's all of the Red Tower locations that aren't X-Ray are actually pretty quick, so that's all right. And then yeah, Ace is doing the I would like to get these 2 majors and see what on earth this seed wants from me. And now I've got 29 energy into this rising acid room.
Yeah, screw attack. Keep him safe from the Alcoons.
And now we've got everyone's favorite randomizer item, the spring ball. If you were wondering what the seed was telling you, that might be the tiniest nudge in that we've seen. Maybe it wants you to do some Silas Meridia stuff, but you're gonna need high jump. And
Almost
yeah,
looked like almost looked like he was setting up for a gauntlet spark on 44 health.
seen a lot of impressive things in Super Metroid. That one would have taken the cake if you could make that work. Maybe he wanted to spark and stop right above the ship just to show off some knowledge.
Okay, so Ace found one of the remaining items and criteria, and he's going to dig out the second. And Gwen is showing us a red tower, and so we'll find out which has the more important progression.
Ace doesn't like what's going on right here with the these are some tricky wall jumps and 9-minute reset, the seeds all over the place. You're not feeling great, and that doesn't make this a fun thing to do. But we're going back to Gauntlet. There's two more items back there at the back. After that, there's 230, there's Billy Mays, and there's that retro power bomb, which honestly, down doesn't look like that bad of an option when we're still looking for the good area transitions. And give us an E-tank. That would be nice.
Yeah, their health keeps going up and down. Ace back in the acid rooms. Certainly like that health.
Red Tower Elevator is pre-aqueduct.
I expect we'll see both of our majors that are not going to be at X-Ray or Climb Supers. That's my guess.
And your guess was correct. And again, with those little nudges with the spring ball and the grapple bead, we've got some gentle suitless requirement items. Maybe there's an E-tank.
Yeah,
I asked in the seed
start
cave.
of Upper Norfair. We're closer to Meridia items, but the beginnings of Upper Norfair.
Yeah, unfortunately, given the way the area works, grapple and vanilla map can definitely be useful to traverse West Meridia, especially across the top of Everest. In area, you don't really need it. Even the snail climb is in Logic and Aqueduct, so it's a nice item to have. You're gonna kill Dragon quickly. You're gonna farm way better in a pre-Ridley room.
Yeah, those hoppers do 80 damage, and Gwen missed their screw attack. But yeah, the items were Wave Beam and Red Tower, a Spring Ball and Grapple in Criteria. And now it's on to finding the next real zone. Begin the search anew.
I want to say again, I'm thinking. Oh, I was wrong about our high jump progression when I was thinking about what was going on earlier because I forgot all those transitions. Now, either it's. I mean, my gut tells me that Green Brain Star is at the Blue Brain Star area transition, and that's gonna take us to some better places in the map, and B, it's also gonna give us a suit or high jump. And yeah, the other option is that, it just wants to, it could be Croc down there, and Croc could have high jump, and it wants you to go to the tube, and you could just break that. But you want high jump, it's a good item.
Right, so Blue Brinstar seems most likely to have a good transition, but they could also clear out Wreck Ship, I think, and find some E-tanks there.
Yeah, we have the items to make Wreck Ships completable now. I had forgotten about that as well. I don't know about season race and logic as far as fan tune health. Obviously, you have screw attack, so it's about as safe as you can be on one tank, but it is still one tank.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't come up too often. Not something that I've tried to learn the count on.
Yeah, one of the funny things, especially for a lot of the experienced randomizer runners who maybe played previous seasons or all of the seasons races logic was built around major minor split. So E-tanks kind of don't really think about we need to make E-tanks part of the logic for that, because if you're not getting majors at majors, you're getting E-tanks, so you just kind of end up with them. So especially when you play full countdown, and we've all seen these seeds over the years where full randomizer likes to not give you the E-tanks early because E-tanks are progression. to some heat runs in Norfair.
Yeah. When you're playing Countdown, you're like fully focused on the majors, which are like the numbers being shown as the countdown. Sometimes you forget about the E-tanks, which are going to be blocking your upper Norfair progression. And those can still just be anywhere.
Yeah, so Baha points out the Croc portal. We've been able to get there. It's still not the most fun thing, but it's definitely possible. My knowledge of e-take requirements for specific hull runs to areas transitions are not great, especially with how Speed Booster influences them. But yeah, as we were talking about, you said wreck ship could be what we want, and yeah, it will be e-tanks and minor items and not the majors that we maybe want. But yeah, we're going to a 199 and a 99 energy Phantoon fight.
Yep, a little concerning for Gwen's side. But they do have this save active in the wreck ship, part of the very I don't know, friendliness patches. You're able to save with the power off.
Yeah, a few changes to several areas that are changes just for area randomizer specifically. Also, boss randomizer turns that save on. So most of the time this season when we're playing a very randomizer mode, that save's going to be on. There is the danger of no tank Phantoon as we talked about. Gwen's going to shake that off though. She's going to get right back at it. You don't necessarily have to do this right now unless, again, this is where all of our E-tanks are hiding, which wouldn't shock me.
Okay. It's like if in your mind you think it's the best play to come here to progress through the seed, then you'd want to try this fight. But it's really hard on no E-tanks. You die in 3 hits. So gonna look for other options. Probably come across that E-tank, and then also that hell run to the Croc door in Upper Norfair is still available. Is a way to put this off.
And Gwen, this could be her time. Yeah, she's back here in Criteria. She wants to probably fish out those last items, and this, we found the majors, and Ace decided to leave here. There are 230 plus 2 plus 1. There's still 6 items down here that could get you some E-tanks in Criteria. And if you get enough E-tanks, you could even get the 7th one at the supers in the shaft.
Yeah. And as far as Gwen knows, one of the majors is in the lower Blueprint Star area. And that'll put them right next to the transition portal. And that just routes really efficiently. That's a Phantoon down for Ace. Making use of that extra E-tank. Get through the fight. And that's going to open up all these miners in Wreck Ship, which is going to be ammo and E-tanks.
Well, hopefully E-tanks.
Hopefully E-tanks.
When she scouted the back of that gauntlet, so she's seen the grapple. I'm thinking she's hoping that she could have found that a major in this quick and harmless check over here at 230. Obviously, as we saw, even when Ace Zero did it, there's a spark. Obviously, you got to do to get up to the ship peeves, and then you're at 29 energy in an acid room. So Gwen is not gonna, unfortunately, find the majors as quickly as Ace did, but maybe she'll find these E-tanks we keep telling the seed to give us, and it keeps saying no.
What's really unfortunate about this supers check, climb supers, is it really takes away your power bombs. Because you got to break the bomb block, then it's an orange door, and then the bomb block again. And so Gwen is out of power bombs now. Have to refill.
Ace took a save. He's gonna go ahead and check this wreck ship E-tank location. I think I might have saved this for the end, but it's obviously fine to do here. He's doing a spring ball jump out of here. You can just run and jump. If you've got speed equipped, he had de-equipped it, so he prefers that strategy. Not too difficult. Gets it first try. Spikes will do a lot. Those platforms are those 100 without suits or those 200 without suits? They're 200, I think.
The platforms are 200. Yeah. There's a lot of tricky platforming in this section, so you should run with speed off. It does have grapple though. It's gonna make this jump to the item a lot easier.
You keep that? It's. I mean, if he's going all the way through the fanfare, I'm thinking Ace is keeping that.
Looks like it. That crystal flash potential. And Gwen's gonna start with the gauntlet items. Not gonna find the spring ball just yet.
Did not expect this play from Ace, but we're trying to go left to right without high jump. I've got the number one. I want to know if you can do this. Ask this guy with me in the booth. So Aussie, is this possible?
So you see, in Varia, they add a platform here, and I don't really remember what you can do with that platform on the right side, but you can get to the right side. Spring ball. If you can get to the platforms above the water, like any of them, then you can make it across. But it looked like this is what Ace was thinking in coming to Wreck Ship, is to check this transition and not to look for E-tanks.
Yeah, Gwen's found the grapple and that only E-tank that we've seen so far. We will see what else she decides to do here in Criteria. Again, we're thinking that it wanted us to. It's either these Wreck Ship has some E-tanks, Criteria has some E-tanks, or it's the Blue portal, which is completely unknown. This is that added platform Aussie was talking about.
Yeah, you can definitely make this. It takes some damage from the fish on the way over, but it should be safe from here.
Yeah, no more fish and a couple of Kagos to farm. Gwen is saving here at this very, very seldom seen save station, but she could be going down to check that portal.
Yeah, I'm expecting a down play, but this is gonna miss the spring ball completely. Gonna last location that for criteria items. Or it hasn't done climb seepers, only went in the room. I think he could also bounce off a power bomb to get out of the water here.
Yeah, a SpongeBob type thing where you have to not only lay the power bomb in the correct location, but also get a diagonal boost off of it. Okay, we're up. Great job, Ace 0.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to make it all the way to the transition from here. It's a lengthy one, but it could lead to something good.
Beware of crabs, but I think usually going from this way, yeah, deal with that one. That one's easy because you see it from a mile away, and yeah, just don't. Gwen is just reset. I didn't see exactly where she was. Maybe it was a power bomb keep situation.
It was a super pack at the climb supers location. Ran out of health right as she broke the speed blocks.
Well,
but
we were
can get
talking
full
about that
health
croc
refill and
board.
all the power bombs back.
Yeah, everyone was talking about that croc portal. He's found it from the other side. That is, yeah, that's something. This one, oh my goodness. So for context, Super Metroid, the video game that we've been playing in our league settings, our goal will always be to kill the 4 golden bosses on the Torian statue. You can see those on the tracker, and then go kill Mother Brain. We've got 1 total boss kill. It's been almost 40 minutes, the first 9 of which were completely lost by both runners to a very unfortunate chain of point of no return when they didn't have super missiles or power bombs. So, as I pointed out in the chat, Ace might have been leaning on that play, thinking I lost 9 minutes at the beginning of this seed, and I'm trying to make a play maybe my opponent won't do. It very much didn't work out because we had access to this on the other side, but we can now. If Ace has good map tracker knowledge and awareness, he may know that we need to go to Blueprint and find out where that takes us. And again, I said this a while ago. Very, very likely it's Green Bird Star or some other route to that area. And the other thing, we still haven't seen Tube, I believe.
The double value power bombs at Billy Mays. Ace is going to go for these ice beam checks with that one E-tank. That's enough to get in, make the check.
And if he really, really wants it, and it's not an E-tank or very good, he's got the Crystal Flash ammo, as long as he doesn't spend another power bomb without using it to Crystal Flash. What do we have here? A missile. Yeah. He didn't check Crumble Shaft first, so that's a reset.
Yeah, I think it's usually better to check Crumble Shaft first, because you're not committing all of your health to make a check and run back. So you can make a decision at that time when you see the item. If you want Crumble or not. And here, he doesn't have the health to come back inside to reset. But we're going to get that transition check on Gwen's side. Likely be progression. And it is Green Brinstar, like you predicted.
Only one major. So again, we're in a situation where there's these two upper North items. We saw a long time ago. There's 3 majors in lower Norfair. So there is somewhere. It could be here. It could, we could have a Croc and or a Kraid off of these other portals down here. Or we could get our very long awaited and hidden and very rude E-tanks. We've got East Meridia.
So just one more transition over here. Green Brinstar. Not too many places that are bad for them left.
So it's been pointed out that we've seen all of West Meridia. We've seen everything in Ratala that's not the tube. We saw lava. You think we saw the tube? I'm not sure.
I thought someone broke the tube.
Crazy Gamer says we saw the tube. LOL. Laughing at me because this is what happens when you don't track the map. So yeah, Kraid, Croc, something. There's something somewhere. Gwen is not doing early waterway. Thank you, Crazy Gamer. I'm assuming it was Gwen that did it and I was looking at Ace. But yeah. One major here. There are a lot of ways that you can play this general region in full countdown depending on the number of majors, obviously. And Gwen, she skipped a lot of the not as fast checks. Waterway is a little slow because you don't have gravity, and it's a little dangerous because you don't have gravity and you only have one E-tank. So she's going up here to this 5-item double room, and we'll see what she does from there. Yes, Asder, it was completely vanilla. Meme route to Green
Phasers are item, and that's no help at all. But as to routing the area, it also depends what you're looking for. Most of the time when you're going to come to the reserve location first is to look for the major, if it's a low major count. So Gwen's found it and knows that everything else here is going to be minors. But it could be that we need those E-tanks. Like, then you just want an efficient everything play, clear of this area. Of course, they still want the up the elevator transition check.
Yeah, so Ace is down here, a nice speedball through that those bomb blocks and through those dangerous side hoppers. Yeah, you've been pointing this out and we've been pointing this out. So between both runners, I think we've actually seen all of Criteria, and the only E-tank was the one that they both have in Gauntlet. Right. Ace obviously killed Fantoon and didn't do much, so there can be plenty of E-tanks there. Gwen has done a lot of stuff Or not a lot. She's done maybe about half the checks here, and don't know anything so far.
Yeah, not enough health for that entrance. Takes a surprising amount from there. But that's another upper north here. And I don't know if we have any more accessible transitions after that.
Is that so? We saw the aqueduct side of East Meridian, right? I think Crazed can if Crazed has the full map track, it could be that Croc and Crade are single chamber and Forgotten Highway Meridian side, and that's it.
That sounds right to me.
Right now, one of those is inaccessible, and one of those you would probably have to crystal flash twice on 199 energy.
And there's 2 majors in Upper Norfair still. So with enough E-tanks, you can have access to 2 of those. Which could still unlock majors in Meridia. Still time for more suitless after that.
What is our Green Brinstar major? Looks like it's not on the left side. Gwen's done all of that. Ace looks like he's at a point where he's like, A, I'm full clearing the whole seed. B, I lost 9 minutes at the beginning. Just give me charge, because he's at 20. You're at 20, and you're skipping a bunch of missiles, and you're not happy about any of this. Ace doing the same play as Gwen. There's a chance you're reading the seed and you're like, okay, you're not giving me E-Taints because you have to give me Varia. That's definitely a possible read of this play. Gwen is leaving. Oh yeah, Gwen saw the Spacer. I'm crazy.
Right.
Thank you, Simo.
Yeah, they just don't want to hunt down the E-tanks. But in various seeds, if it's not going to give you the E-tanks, then that means that's where the progression is. Because it's going to gate that progression as hard as it can. Playing pretty slow seed today.
This is a great time to mention that we talked to both of these teams and we convinced them to do a double header back to back on this exact network with both of us commentating. So, Apathy Duck and Sunwoo Farmer, they're both in chat, I believe, or have been. They're playing right after this, and they're gonna have an extra 30 minutes than they expected, most likely, because this one's gonna take a while.
Yeah, maybe they can learn a lot about what the seeds can throw at them from this too.
Yeah, Nevny, both of these runners full reset 9 minutes in because Gauntlet had the progression supers and they didn't check it and they ended up above Alpha Peeves and Red Tower and couldn't do anything. And then the seed was like, there's no E-Tanks and have fun. Or pain. More likely pain.
Only pain.
There are several places that could have some to plenty of E-Tanks. We haven't looked there yet. One of them is Wreck Ship. One of them is the slow checks in Green Brand that we've skipped. And of course, it could be doing some weird stuff like putting E-Tanks in like actually easy locations. Like, you could go into Norfair Reserve and that first round it could be an E-Tank and that would help. And we haven't even mentioned the dreaded you need 6 E-Tanks to get whatever is at Cathedral. There's a lot of nonsense that is afoot in this one.
Yeah. All we know is that the countdown for the seed isn't going to help them that much from here. They found all the majors they could that are accessible with this amount of E-tanks. And so now it's just a minor hunt. And it might just turn into full clearing all the regions until they find enough E-tanks to continue.
And it's been pointed out several times. Sorry, you go.
Yeah, like you've been saying, you can sequence break past some of these E-tank requirements and hope to find various suit in a heated room or just a E-tank to give you that health refill.
Yeah, so going back here for round 2 of Fantoon, get the 2 round on round 2, and I was gonna say earlier, it's been pointed out in chat that neither of these runners didn't feel great at 9 minutes when they full reset the seed. They probably didn't feel great at 20 minutes when they found out what it was and it still didn't give them much. And now we're at almost 50 minutes. And what have you got to say for yourself? We've got 1 Fantoon kill and then you didn't do anything in wreck ship. You've got a decent amount of portal knowledge, but none of it is taking you to where you want to be or can do a lot. And then you're just sitting here like, when is the dot done coming, and how did my opponent god route this seed in 50 minutes?
Yeah. Like Ace also taking the time to make that play into the bad entrance of wreck ship for nothing. Just feels bad all around. But this is going to be Gwen's second try at Fantoon with that extra E-Tank. Still very dangerous fight.
Crystal Flash number 1, unsuccessful on Ace's part. A little bit of indecision on which direction to go, right or left. You definitely want to go left. It's just longer on the right side, and there's more heated rooms before you get to the end.
You could think about going over the grapple pit, maybe, because that takes you out at Nutella refill for the health refill, go to the bug farm.
Yeah, and wave beam, so no gate lich there. That's a decent idea. I like that. These flames are giving Gwen some trouble over here.
Yeah, kind of the most important thing for Gwen is to hit the circle of flames as they spawn. That's how you prevent the most damage.
Yeah, once you get those invisible patterns where you don't, I mean, halfway know where Fantoon is, you don't know when that eye's going to open, you don't know where the flames are going to be. It spirals, and it spirals quickly, unfortunately.
It's a successful Crystal Flash this time, and making the trip over to Nutella refill.
And avoids the spikes. That's good. So, good news for Ace. You're right by the Frog Speedway when you come up through here, and the other farm will give you some pretty good super luck, hopefully. So you can refill that Crystal Flash you just did. Just you have to live, and then you're gonna be doing a lot of safe scumming and a lot of E-Tank hoping. Yeah, get some more supers and don't die, because you're gonna have to open some green doors. There you go.
Losing health. Health going down. Okay, Ace got it under control.
It went back down. Lots of ammo on that farm, which is not what he wanted. You don't want to do that farm all the way just to Crystal Flash again. So we're going to the save room, and then
probably farm some Novas here.
We're saving. I like that.
Oh my. We got a Crystal Flash on the other side. Oh, successfully even. During the Fantoon boss fight.
You've watched RBO runners do a Crystal Flash during Dragon here in Super Metroid Randomizer. You get to see it in Fantoon. Knock that off your bucket list. Also, I just saw this. I'm not sure if anyone else has suggested this in chat. It is honestly not the worst idea for Gwen, honestly. Like, two missile super, and like enrage this ghost and just screw attack through. Like, it's not the worst idea.
Trying to do some math on that. If that's 3 rounds or 4.
Oh, 2-2-1 would be 1,000, right? Because supers do double damage. You only have to do 3.
Yeah, so that's just 3 rounds.
2 enrages, and like we said, you got the screw attack.
You could probably even farm the flames during the enrage too. Shoot and then activate screw.
You do have, wave and plasma. That's a good beam for doing that. Ace is probably about to do this crab super check, which Gwen has done long ago. I believe Ace was in chat earlier. There was a race on this channel where we had a runner go down to Mama Turtle without a way to get back up and get rewarded with gravity suit. I'm not sure if that's on his mind. Honestly, it could be, because like we said, we're every second that ticks by on that timer, you're just wondering what did I do to deserve this? What does the seed want from me? When does this end? It's only just begun though.
Well, I'd certainly like to see him make the check from this position.
And we have those enraged strats. So yeah, if you know the timing, which isn't something you necessarily know because typically your whole point of the Fan 2 fight is to avoid the enrage. Yeah, as you can see, she's doing a good job. Unfortunately, those drops are high, and I think she might be holding run, so she's not getting a high jump to be able to get him. But yeah, there's some damage, and we're into the next round.
Yeah, that looked really effective. So just do it 2 more times.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's so worried about the flames during the normal phase that Fantune appears and she's not ready with the missiles. Yeah, here is Enrage number 2. That was a good farm, but it was all missiles. Of course, that's what this seed has been.
Screw loose jump. But she's timing these shots really well.
That she is. We're up to 129. Fantune can't have that much health. I'm thinking at least she definitely didn't get the 2-2 super, but I think probably 4 missiles in a super will likely end the fight if she can get all of those off. But we were gonna the flames. They blocked like 4 straight shots.
Yeah, flames are lame for a reason.
There we go, Gwen. Let's give a round of applause here in chat. A dead Fantune, and the boss kills are now completely tied. 1-1.
Yep. Ace dipped out of Upper Norfair, is now going for this gravity jump into the top of the tube transition. I guess missed the gravity jump by breaking the tube. I'm pretty sure Spring Ball doesn't get you high enough up here.
Yeah, that didn't look like it. He's where? I'm trying to think where that right door that would go from right tower to Norfair takes him. Oh, yep, there's the easy gravity jump. Good job. Except you didn't shoot the door.
Okay, might be able to get this Spring Ball jump.
Go ahead making these same missile skips. They're done with the ammo nonsense.
Oh, it was a single chamber up here.
Okay, yeah. Someone said this was back of Lower Norfair. I guess it was the other side of back of Lower Norfair, which is an Upper Norfair.
The other side of Norfair.
So what I said earlier about Creighton Croc, it's now the back of Lower Norfair and the back of East Meridia. That's all you've ever wanted in your Super Metroid. Hey, what was I saying about the first item in Norfair Reserve being an E-Tank?
That's a big find. Like with that, you can scout all these items. With the handy save station right here. And if he needs to keep anything, and just farm up again for more crystal flashes. So that seems good enough to make progress off of. Just that one E-Tank. But it's still going to be tricky to pull off. Logic doesn't expect you to do this on so few.
We got talks of world records here in the chat. Most crystal flashes in a seed. Ace is definitely he's getting up there. He definitely did a few, getting from chronic boost to the Nutella refill. He's got one here. He's doing what he can with what he has, which is not a lot. Nerfer Reserve has another E-Tank.
Another one.
You
There's
can
just all here, I guess.
You can hopefully get out with that. Gwen is a lot more strapped on power bombs than Ace was when he came over here to this workshop E-Tank. So she's resetting. I want to see. I mean, part of me says I want to see what's the wreck ship, but that's just a knowledge play. Like, we know that where Ace is going to give us whatever it is that we need, which includes either various suit or both high jump and ice beam. High jump is not a beam. And then our favorite play of Batu E-Tank would be open, which, you know, given this seed, are we expecting anything else?
Yeah, everything we know about the seed has been just awful. Oh, Gwen's actually leaving.
Yeah, she did a nice little underwater shine spark for fun. I'm sure that wasn't intentional, but it looked kind of cool. She's back in Red Tower, and again, like you have one E tank, and you're looking at Norfair, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
It's
Progression
race, go.
X-ray.
So we're getting Varia, I guess. I know. Well, yeah, obviously we could get gravity as well, but I think we're getting a suit. My clairvoyance of
Yeah.
just put E tanks in the hell run so that you can get out after getting them was spot on. Now for reserve
Absolutely.
2 E tanks, speed missile, E tank. You don't even need. But why would you need E tanks going into Norfair when you could get E tanks in Norfair?
Yeah. That just means there's fewer E-tanks out in the rest of the world. Just put them all in Norfair.
Yeah, so two checks at wave beam and then cathedral. That's what we're looking at here.
And
So we don't get
Crumble
a.
Tower.
Oh, Ace did not look at that. I forgot about that. Hip is calling for the official referee on the race to note that there has been a maximum threshold of crystal fluorescence reached. We're gonna have to discuss that amongst the admins and get back to you. Nice grapple usage. What do we have over here at the wave beam?
Another E-tank. Like, it is possible that it wants you to bring just enough E-tanks to get the cheapest check, which was like the Norfair Reserve first item for that E-tank, and then use that to collect more E-tanks, and then just build up 6 for the Cathedral check.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Norfolk Reserve E-tank is borderline free, and 2 E-tanks plus speed puts the speed booster location in logic, and that gave them another E-tank, and then probably with speed that put either wave or the resurrection preserve in logic, and then you got more tanks. So yeah, this one it was just like, hey, I got you, trust me, with it's the dark alley behind the cloak. He was like, just come on, come into Norfair.
There are aces again, prepped with another Crystal Flash. Can make the play for this Cathedral item. And oftentimes when you're gated by E-tanks and make it to about 6, then this is going to be a progression.
And there it is. There are 2 media majors, right? One in each east and west.
That sounds right.
And I don't know what tracker Craze Gamer is using, or if he's just a baller and has the count on the majors. I don't even know how many are outstanding and could be in Crade or Croc, but those are also options for fun. So besides the 2 that we know are in Meridia, there's a transition off of East Meridia that leads to either a major boss or a mini boss location. Croc, obviously, the one you don't want to fight, but the one that has double the items. Is it 6 versus 3? It might be 7.
Where's that?
The Crocodile, I'm just trying to think how many items there are. E-tank, powerbomb, missile, grapple. Is it only 5?
Yeah. It's 5.
Alright, so a better commentator than I would be telling you, hey, now that we have this, we're gonna go to Meridia via, I guess, Chronic Boost, because we came out of there. Or no, well, Stinger Chamber was the map, which we found out. Where was Chronic Boost? I forget already.
Chronic Boost was... No. We'll find out soon.
Ace definitely came through here like 7 minutes ago. Top of Green Bren, that's where he's going. And then
Top of
Green Hills is vanilla, and then honestly, maybe the East Meridia is at Newbridge. That could be possible. That's so isolated in this ridiculous seed. Oh my goodness! Think about how isolated this is. It's either vanilla Green Hills to meme route transition, or you gotta do this, this hell run to chronic boost to go all the way through, and it's a dead end on the other side. Like what? Wow.
Yeah, we still need to know which dead end. But it does end there, and they're gonna have to run all the way back.
And as has been stated a few times for both of these runners, they're looking for charge. Like they've skipped so many missiles, they're so late in the seed, they don't want to deal with ammo. Like, so even honestly, that's the worrying part for me. Even when we find Varia, either they're gonna pivot to ammo or they're just gonna be like, "Yep, where's charge?"
Yeah, it's looking like exploration-wise, they're gonna get Varia before charge, and so they'll have to clear out all of Lore Warfare, which still has the most majors left.
Yeah, there's 3 in Lore Norfolk by itself. Here we are on Aqueduct. It's not. It's we have Shack Tool access with the grapple. We've got. I think Aster actually pointed this out to me once. In the plasma room, there's obviously 2 sets of logic. There's the in and out logic, and there's the kill the enemies logic. I was about to say something that's kind of useless because we have Spring Ball, but Speed Booster is logical to kill the pirates, but not to exit the room. Fun fact of the day. But yeah, we've got Spring Ball, so the jump, the Spring Ball jump, and the screw attack were fine. Speed doesn't factor in.
But you killed the top pirate by Shine Sparking out. There's our Crumble Tower check, just missiles.
So Ace did not do the sand pits first. He did the quick aqueduct checks, and he's going towards the boss because he wants to kill a boss and feel good about himself. It's been 35, 40 minutes since he's killed a boss. He's gonna try for a halfie. Doesn't even get to the top. Without high jump boost, you're definitely not getting full.
Yep, that was all lack of high jump. Perfectly clean wall jumps on Ace's part. But can go straight to the boss and hope to find the major on the way. Routing gets a little weird because you're closer to the transition portal from the Cack Alley path. Another reserve. That's 2. So we'll see if he looks for the major in Meridia first or goes check out the back portal.
Ace is also in a position where I would have liked him to waste more time and save time later by hitting up that interview refill so that he could grapple kill Dragon, because the various suit does all the environmental protection and this isn't enough health for that. And the Shine Spark kill is even riskier. So yeah, we're gonna see 1 spark and a bunch of ammo, that's my guess. Or maybe you damage down Crystal Flash and then you have enough health, but that's risky in this room, and it's don't be unnecessarily risky.
Going for a third.
I've always wondered when Dragon flies away like that, but you do hit her with the spark, that doesn't do damage, right?
It does sometimes. It's a little weird in how it works.
And there's Dragon dead. Boss number 2 at 67 minutes.
Yeah, only 2 bosses.
We don't know where Kraid is. It's either back here or at the other end of Lore Warfare.
Oh, Various Suit was just right here. So Ace's route was great for this Meridia layout. That Varia behind the boss.
Yeah, now again, because I'm thinking he's just looking for charge, you don't need to do anything else here. Dragon invited Kraid over for dinner and stole his Varia suit. Very, very rude. Kraid likes that Varia suit, but we thank you for at least giving it to us and not, trading with your friend Shack Tool. Now you've got to go to the Forgotten Highway check and see if you've got a Croc or a Kraid.
Yep, definitely hoping to see Kraid there. but I don't think it really matters because you're expecting both runners to make that check anyway and have to backtrack out no matter what it is. But
Ace
at
is
this
an
point,
overall runner. He's very upset that he doesn't have space jump or high jump right now because these rooms suck without him, but what we can do.
yeah, we've seen a lot how much he wishes he's had high jump. Constantly turning off speed booster. But we got Gwen in Bubble Mountain area. He's going to want to check that Brinstar Reserve door first to get enough E-Tanks to make the other checks. Really just happens to work out that you can sequence break it in this way.
A lot of talk about our particular E-Tank logic in this seed, and just a reminder, there's Breck ship locations and Greenburn locations we do not know about that could have been E-Tanks. The seed wants to laugh at us for even thinking that that's a possibility, but it is.
It's often how it goes too. When a seed wants to hide the E-Tanks, it can do a really good job of it. You're playing countdown so that you can avoid making those slow out of the way checks, but then seed just turns it into a full clear anyway. But they're both skipping the intended E-Tank count.
Yeah, Gwen's on this path of just do the hell runs and get the E-Tanks that you need to get back to where you were. She's got a major number 1 X-ray scope. We've got no majors here at Crade, so someone who's been keeping track of all of our majors will know. Okay, hold on. We can math this up, right? There's one in West Meridia. We know where Spazer is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 other outstanding majors, and 3 of them are in Lower Norfair, and the other one's at the very end of Lower Norfair at Croc. So we could have had 1 here.
Math sounds right to me.
Definitely have both of the HUD items, so I'm not forgetting about those.
Yeah, really helpful to have a tracker, keeping track of the HUD items. Certainly helps us know what everyone has. And in the case of Countdown, what's left?
Quinn's over here doing this single chamber check. I guess we'll be able to see if she has the tube broken. That looked like water movement to me. Yeah. So yeah, it looks... If she had the tube broken, that tells me that maybe she knew this. She's resetting the Bubble Mountain. Smart play.
Needs to get the E-Tanks again, I believe.
You don't know if she saved after speed?
I don't think so.
Nope, you were right. And yeah, I just checked on that respawn, that map tile over there by single chamber was lit up, so she had that knowledge at some point in the past 70 minutes. It probably left her. Maniacal Back of Gauntlet was the only E-Tank we had when we started this nonsense. That was our 1.
Yeah, and they didn't get that one that early either.
So here we are running back through East Meridia. So we're going East Meridia, and then we're going to be in Green Brinstar. Green Brinstar takes them to either Chronic Boost or Meme Route. From there, there's a major in West Meridia if we want it. Otherwise, it's front of Lower Norfair. Maybe you remember where front of Lower Norfair is? I certainly don't.
No. Not at this point. These full areas, sometimes I try to keep my own tracker going, but not today. Just no Torian. It's in Red Tower.
Yeah, Torian is a Red Tower Upper Meridia Escape. I'm going to call it Upper Meridia Escape. People call the other one Above Crade. I kind of don't like that because the other one doesn't actually lead to Kraid. It leads to, well, it kind of leads. It leads to Kraid mouth. But yeah, if I was Lower Norfair and I was in this seed, where would I be hiding myself for maximum pain?
Oh, that was cool. Get knocked straight downwards by jumping into the spikes.
High jump was reverse slinky attempt. We like to see it for the fans, Ace.
But yeah,
Korean
gotta go through
door.
this long path back from East Meridia. No other choice.
If it was in fact Torian door, Ace should have gone to the right through Green Hills to meme route. But it is top of Upper Norfair elevator. Thank you, Craze Gamer, our esteemed tracker, keeping us all informed. And as Kip has pointed out, he's got a lot of time on his hands. Lowest items tracked per minute. This one is 75 minutes we're coming up on. We're still looking for everything.
Ace is on a good path towards the end of the seed right now, having both suits. Just has to deal with ammo and pretty much knows where all the transitions are at this point. Gwen is on a path towards the end at this point, but a few steps behind, still collecting E-tanks. And that's going to turn to a gravity suit eventually.
For the first time in Upper Norfair, we are not taking heat damage. I'm sure Ace is ecstatic about that. A little fist pump on that one. Coming here through the grapple room. And now we're gonna head up. So once we get through Lower Norfair, what is our end game path? We're gonna come back through Norfair, obviously. Torian is at Red Tower. There's a Red Tower transition somewhere here in Norfair. I have to assume. There's definitely the tube.
Yeah.
That's as far away as it can be from you at that time.
There's at least the tube, yeah.
Here's that at least, semi pivot, keeping one foot in the door and one foot out the door. 50-40 ammo now for Ace, the magic number equivalent for bare minimum, either 30-60 or 40-60, depending on who you ask. You want more than that in any case, because you don't want to be refilling missiles 3 and 4 times in Torian. Yeah, Gwen finding all of our Upper Norfair tanks. She's inching closer to that gravity seed. She's got more power bombs than Maniacal. Sorry, I'm reading his chats. She's got more than Ace Zero does at this point. So she's pretty safe on the Crystal Flash front.
Yeah. And finally starting to feel a little safer after collecting all these E-tanks. And is setting up a save, as Ace did, likely for that Cathedral check.
Gravity jump into Lower Norfair by Ace. He cannot take the vanilla route to a GT that he doesn't want to fight anyway because it's space jump locked. He also, I've been chatting with Ace a lot this week on his practice seeds. He doesn't like doing all the Lower Norfair checks to begin with. You also probably don't want to use a bunch of supers here on this green gate glitch because you're about to fight Ridley. But yeah, you have to check some stuff somewhere, and here is probably where charge is. So we'll see if he can make decisions later. Obviously, you're going forward to Ridley and coming back in any case, because this is a one-way in and a dead end on the other side. And he's got a springbow jump horse room at 77 minutes, because why would you have a good way up? Why?
It is a good point that we have to think about how many checks Ace has left before making Torian en route. There's not that many here in Lower Norfair, and he's made all the checks in Upper Norfair. Red Tower as well has been checked. So if this doesn't turn out to be mostly supers, and there's a power bomb, then may just not have enough ammo. And also it's going to be 3 majors, so it's going to be less ammo.
The fortunate thing is we know for a fact that Charge is either in Lower Norfair itself or it's at Croc, which is the other end of Lower Norfair. So you are guaranteed, if you want to get what you need. And if you don't want to, you debatably have to. So we'll see. We'll see what Ace is thinking, how he's feeling. He definitely wants to just go to Ridley and find Charge like it's SM Rat, but who knows if that's what the seed has in store for us.
Starting with Fireflies.
One of three
Space jump.
majors. You wanted that one, you know. It's a fun item. It's a good item. You've been wanting to go fast for a long time in the seed, and it's like you have speed. That's fast, right?
But he keeps turning it off. But space jump, good item for going high. So happy to see some movement item. It's gonna be helpful. Wondering why he checked Fireflies before the Ridley play.
I was talking big and bad, and I forgot what I said 3 minutes ago about there still being a West Meridia major. So forget everything I said about you were guaranteed to get what you need. You're not. It could be all power bombs, and Charge could be chilling at beach or something. Oh my goodness. Gwen is on the other side making progress. She's making that same play Ace did after getting gravity to just go to East Meridia, which does get you your various suits.
Yep, Gwen making the play that you have to make. There's two bosses over here at the other end of Green Brinstar, plus the other suit. Well, Ace is on his fourth boss, and then we'll see where he goes next. Whether he wants to go up to Croc and really hunt down that charge beam. Finding that extra super pack is really nice. It's looking pretty close, but definitely needs more on ammo.
Yeah, the issue here is you've got two majors here that are taking up spots that could give you projectile ammo. You've also got the possibility of E-tanks, which he's on 5 E-tanks. He hasn't skipped any that he's seen. He skipped one reserve. Like, there's a lot of E-tanks out there too that we're just like, waving to as we pass by, I suppose.
I was wondering if you wanted charge beam to save supers on the Ridley fight, and then have more attempts at Green Gate glitch. But that's a little complicated of a plan.
With that space jump, he doesn't have to Green Gate glitch, but that would involve fighting GT, which I said he doesn't want to do. He either miscounted by one or Ridley was a jerk, but either way, that's a dead Ridley.
Wow.
Boss number 4.
Objectives okay.
Oh, left sandpit. There's a mini tank and a super. Ridley's got a missile.
Yeah, I noticed while watching these races this week that the countdown tracker is gonna pop up with objective okay or cleared after each boss is taken down.
Yeah, I actually saw this in a previous race where a runner forfeit that if you press the start button and then you press L, it'll tell you your objectives and they're numbered. Obviously, because the G4 bosses are just numbered 1 to 4, so I think because that was the last one, it said objectives okay. Otherwise, it's going to give you the number of your boss. Also, an interesting quirk part of the last Varia update in various seeds where the HUD is changed and you kill Ridley, you don't actually have to wait for the drops. I'm not 100% sure why that is, but it is true. But you may want the drops, but if you're in a go mode Ridley situation and you don't care, you can just leave. Both sandpits had 1 E-tank. We've seen 7 now.
Yeah,
That's half.
We're seeing Meridia have the ones that Lower Norfair does not. Directly behind that gravity. But it is interesting that you can leave the Ridley fight faster than normal. I thought that's what I saw before as well. But good to know.
We got calls in chat for a 3-game series between these two runners after playing this. What's going to end up being 100 minutes of pain. Like I said, we have a team doubleheader tonight. So Sunwoo Farmer and Apty Duck and Chatter just sitting idly by, comfortably watching them do this seed, so they can roll their jet seed and be done in 50 minutes.
Yep. Ace and Gwen were nice enough to start their seed a little earlier than originally scheduled, just so the schedule would line up better.
And we needed those extra 30 minutes and then some. Boxwing is dead on the left side. Ace is checking the last good low and offer item. It was an E-tank.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Looking for ammo, now's the time to find E-tanks.
Knows that there's Crocomire at the top of Three Musketeers, says, I don't care about you. Presumably he knows what this Peeps in Jail item is. I didn't see it, but he's going for it. And after that, yeah, like you were saying when we were talking about this charge versus ammo debacle, he's literally looked at every item in Upper Norfair. That's where he's going next. There's some Meridia stuff. Again, there is one last major there. And if you want, I mean, he doesn't want to do Screw Attack / GT. Definitely not GT. But Screw Attack is looking like it could help him out here.
Yeah, really close on ammo, but probably more than a pack away. But, you know, if it's charge at GT, then you're set. Do a quick fight with your wave plasma. Hope the charge isn't at the space jump locked location. Presumably you get glitch to get the checks. It's still decent odds that charge is just over there. That is the choice he wants to make. And this is Gwen really giving us that ammo kill. Ace put in a lot of Shine Spark damage. Unfortunately, Gwen kind of out of ammo at this point. Says a little bit more. So it might be a slow fight from here. It doesn't have area yet, so grapple kill is pretty risky right now. Really can't take any tail hits. Okay, so 2 majors at GT. Ice Beam and High Jump. Not what he wanted at this point.
A long time ago, we very much wanted both of those. This is not Team I only know how to super jump, so I don't think we're getting that ice beam, at least not from this direction. And yeah, as I said and then missaid and then resaid, charge is over there, possibly in West Meridia. Otherwise, it's in Croc. The other one's bombs.
Right. Charge and bombs. We've already seen Spazer and Green Brinstar. Neither runner picked it up. And Ace. Pretty far away from Croc at this point. So probably gonna attack Meridia, and then if it's not there, ammo. In the meantime, we get this Gold Torizo fight. He's gonna show us how it's done. There's a funny little tap on the electric turret to finish off Dragon. And this will be Gwen. Second boss down, but second suit found as well.
Very easy pickup over here for Gwen. She's she's a few minutes behind Ace, but she's found what she's needed to find, at least to this point. Again, she in about the same ammo predicament that Ace was in when he found that various suit. There's she looked at both sand pits. I know there was an E-tank in both. I want to say it was missile in one and super in the other.
I thought it was 2 E-tanks and 1 E-tank missile. But ammo not looking fantastically better than Ace's was at this point in time. And that's Ace out the front of Lauren Arfair. So this is not the way to Croc. Gonna be looking for the ammo out in the wide world. So we're in criteria. Oh, this turned out to be a pretty quick trip to West Meridia. It's right here, a few doors away.
So he hasn't. I don't even know if we've even seen eyes on any item in here that isn't Crab Supers, which both of them got falling down suitless. So 3 over here at Beach and what's that, Watering Hole, and then you've got 2 at Mama Turtle, and then you've got the Main Street Missile Shine Spark item.
Yeah, I know I wanted to see a Mama Turtle check earlier, but I don't remember actually seeing it. But that's 1 check down, just a missile pack.
70 missiles, 50 supers would be that 40-60 bare minimum equivalent. So close we are to what would be an uncomfortable ammo Torian at the end of a very long seed. So I'm assuming even if you get a super missile, you probably you look again, but you maybe don't as well.
Missile. So that's a good find. And Gwen knew that this was a super missile, so coming back for it. Already on a plan to look for ammo.
Mama Turtle to me seems like it's a pretty good idea here. I don't remember exactly. Well, hold on. I mean, my brain tells me something in here has to lead to Red Tower, and Red Tower is where we want to go. So you're probably not too far off, regardless. And like I said, when you're 90 minutes in here and you do not want to mess up your ammo thing at the end. But here we are.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to tell how the race is going for your opponent, like your position in the race. It's been real fuzzy. They've had to do a real hard routing and also execution-wise things. So just gonna make sure to finish the seed.
And for fun, we get confirmation that Crocomire had the charge beam. We did get an extra super for lots of comfortability here. And yeah, that's our major knowledge. We don't know where exactly in Croc that charge beam was, but we know it's there. And we're headed to Torian, which is at Meridia Escape in Red Tower.
Yep.
And it seems like he knows where he's going. Or he wanted another super. Looked at that Main Street Missile real quick.
And here we are. Pretty close to Torian. So that was a good finishing route for Ace. Really keeping track of all the transitions. Also managed his remaining checks versus ammo needed pretty well. So it's working out.
We're saving here. We're not saving here.
On Gwen's side, I think we are missing Kraid. I think she left the area before finding Kraid.
Oh, that is not good. I'd forgotten about that detail about you gotta run all the way through Meridia to get to that Kraid location.
So Gwen gonna go on a long adventure. Doesn't know where Lornorfer is, so I imagine can clear that out. And at that point, check the back, which is gonna be Croc, which could lead into a charge being fine. But for now, we have Ace power bombing the Metroids. Since there's no Ace beam, found it but didn't acquire it.
Unfortunately, despite seeing it just a little bit too far out of the way to go ahead and get power bombs, if you double hit your first 2 power bombs, you can kill the Metroids in 3 power bombs. They will do damage if they latch onto you, but Ace isn't overly concerned about his health. Number one, you're not doing stand up because you don't have 70 tanks or charge beam, and you don't care about a lot at this point of the race. You're happy that it's almost over.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he did his best to find the items to make this final bit go comfortably as possible, but game just wouldn't give ice or charge or E-tanks. And here you are. It's time for the baby skip attempt. Does have high jump speed and wave beam for the key items for this trip. See how it goes. Oh, bit of a misstart, but starts off pretty good. Got some nice jump rope action going, clearing out the vines well. One more shot. Just jump and morph, and he's through. So very nice baby skip.
Yeah, with that extra super pack, Ace is plenty good to just super these doors. No need to come back and refill. He's gonna be extra safe and use a missile. 3 missiles on this one. This is the one door where 3 supers or 3 missiles does equal 1 super. On the red doors, it's 5-1. He makes me look silly by missing the red door anyway. I guess he speed zap skip, and he's just gonna do this and refill.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing here. Doesn't have ice, so no ice zap skip. We're forced to use speed, and that's a bit of a tricky short charge because of the door. Makes it hard. So just gonna break the zeptites and then refill, and then we'll have plenty of ammo for Mother Brain. Might as well health refill while you're in the refill room. Right. But this isn't really the point in a race to be cutting seconds by skipping that health refill. Just take the ending safe.
Yeah, so you gotta break the Mother Brain 1 glass with 6 missiles. Well, 6 of any projectile, but using missiles is smarter. Then you got 3,000 health for Mother Brain 1 and 18,000 for Mother Brain 2. With Ace's current loadout, you could save all 54 supers for the Mother Brain 2. That's usually not what people do though. People are very comfortable with a 9-9 Mother Brain 1 sometimes, or this would be 15
you gotta consider this. You gotta consider this Mother Brain 1 phase as well without ice, because the Rinkers are gonna be knocking her around the platform, and that's gonna lead to missed missiles. So a couple of missed, but still has plenty.
So several missiles to spare. He's being pretty safe. That duck and angle up shot will hit almost every placement from Mother Brain, assuming you keep her close to that left wall. Jumping over some attacks. Already in the catch-up phase. There's the end of the supers. Hopefully I think that's probably the last catch-up, and we should be good to go.
Oh, that looks like the ending animation here. So we get to enjoy a second Gold Teresa fight as we wait for this cutscene to play out. And it looks like Gwen is not going with the safe spot. So having a more active fight. Just to see the sad ice beam. Probably not going to be collected. Actually skipping this missile pack. I think it was missiles. That screw attack.
Kind of getting the feeling she wants that ice. Maybe she'll pick it up on the return trip, or maybe she could be more committed to the charge beam than we anticipate. There's also she's doing this before Ridley. Ace came here afterwards, so she still has the hope of a charge beam that just hid away from us in the deepest, darkest corner of Norfair.
Right. And if Gwen is really committed to that charge beam, then is going to run into Crocomire while switching for Kraid. So that part kind of works out. You still don't feel great about it, leaving Kraid behind.
Yep. Unlike Ace's trip through this room, she's already got those high jump boots, so she's got the very comfy just wall jump with the high jump boots to get through more stream of the game. Screw attack also killing these enemies, making it a little bit better for you.
Yeah, having that high jump early is really nice.
I also said she might be wanting to get that ice beam without considering the fact that the space jump to get it is over here at Fireflies.
Oh yeah. Yeah. A little bit too far behind. There's still 2 bosses to go for Gwen. And Ace starting the escape sequence now.
We're gonna see if his blue bomber skills are getting shown off. The answer is no. He's not fooling around with anything at this point.
Had enough of this seed. Skipping the Moonfall.
Is Ace Moonfall? I go back and forth about whether or not I remember that fact.
I thought so, but maybe not. It is not. That might be something I'm supposed to know.
We definitely could have noticed it when they fell down climb twice in the first 10 minutes, but that was 90 minutes ago.
Samus
We have
enters
hit
Kirby ship.
the Kirby ship that we may or may not have seen 4 or 5 times this race. That is a first place finish for Ace Zero, official race time of 1 hour 42 minutes 39 seconds. It will be quickly followed by a forfeit from Not Now Gwen. She put up a valiant effort in this seed that was only giving them the answer no, and it's worse than you think. So great job to both of our runners. We will see if either of them want to come in here and chat with us. A little bit of maybe a little bit of a venting session in between our races. We do again have that race between their teammates, Sun Wu Farmer and Apathy Duck, coming up after this. They are getting close to a start, so we've got a little bit of time. Again, GG to both runners. Thank you all for joining us on this journey through Zebus in one of the strangest seeds I've seen.
Oh, for sure. So we'd definitely like to hear their opinions on the race. Joined with Ace. How you feeling?
Uh, I don't know. I I was gonna say that I feel like if there's any SM coaches out there, I could use one, but it sounds like since we both had a lot of similar struggles, maybe it was the seed, not just my fault that was so bad.
Yeah, I think we're safe blaming the seed. It was a bad seed. A slow seed, we see.
There's just so many weird things that like I don't think I've ever had a seed with that many different like pitfalls everywhere. Like the map just had you backtrack everywhere. You know, it delays the supers and the power bombs, multiple avenues for like soft locks and just silly things that don't work at all.
Yep.
Hell runs
Supers,
on
power
one E
bombs,
tank
and E-tanks.
because where are the E tanks to do any of that?
I mean, we saw, so you didn't check the sand pits. There was one in each sand pit, so that's two behind the gravity, which is behind 6 tanks. There were some that you saw in War Warfare that are behind the Varia, which was behind the gravity. So, obviously, you didn't check much of Wreck Ship. There were some of the slower green brain checks that neither of you did as well. So we were wondering, but there was some very very deep chat in our chat about E-Tank logic. We think that speed booster from Business Center to the Bowl Mountain, that's probably only a one take requirement, which you had.
Mhm.
That first E-Tank in Norfair Reserve probably doesn't
Yes.
require more than one E-Tank.
Okay.
And that too gets you to speed with speed, which is in logic. So that's the third one. And then you've got speed. So the other two probably also come into logic. So it is possible that's all you could do. But it's also possible you skip 4 tanks in Green Bren and Work Ship. We have no idea. You could find out if you wanted to, I suppose.
I know that I like the idea of the one E-tank Fantoon either.
I wasn't
But
too worried
those
about
are
that
your
with Screw
choices.
Attack. It's kind of like you can play it safe. Like I was very aware of my health. I mean, I've died on that with similar loadout enough times that I've got a better idea of like you play the fight like normal. And if it goes wrong, then you can super and screw attack through everything. Just to make sure you don't die. But
And that's what we saw on Gwen's side.
this is also I think I missed my menu time on the credits, but I don't think I've ever spent as much time in the menu on a seed with how many times I turned on and off speed booster because no high jump makes your movement awful. I turned off screw attacks. I couldn't get the delayed wall jumps up to gauntlet with screw attack on for some reason. I turned off my spring ball to spring ball jump everywhere.
Kip's got a trophy headed to you via USPS for most crystal flashes done in a single seed. So congratulations on that one.
Thanks. I don't feel like I did that many crystal flashes. I know that power bomb pack at the Wreck Ship E was huge because it allowed me to actually do anything. um, yeah, and just some of the map, it was just like every time I thought I was doing something, I was like, I'm gonna get a big advantage out of this, like going out the back of Wreck Ship with the spring ball jumps. Like I was like, this is gonna be great, it's gonna pay off, and it just spit me back out in Upper Norfair to do hell runs.
Right? Like it made sense as a gambly play. But Seed said no. What can you do?
That's kind of the nice thing though about a seed like that's this bad is that like when you're racing, at least from my perspective, it was like, okay, this is awful. I don't feel like I'm doing well, but there's so many terrible things that there's no way that Gwen skipped all of them. Like your opponent's going to do as many of the terrible, or at least a bunch of the terrible things too, and have trouble with stuff that you're having trouble with. So you can't feel horrible, but you don't feel good. Like when you're in Turian and you look at the timer and it's an hour 37 minutes in, and you're going back to refill missiles.
Sound like you kept a calm head about it.
Yeah, the first reset I was kind of tilted, and that's what caused me to like overlook the fact that I'd already tracked that Meridia, the crab hole. I'd already tracked that spit me back out at Criteria, and I was thinking like, okay, well, this has to be the progression, but then it wasn't, and I was a little confused. never feels good to lose like 8 minutes at the start of the race. But it sounds like we both did the same kind of thing.
Yeah, Gauntlet at that stage of the race, it's not the most appealing check. Obviously, as you were equipped, only the first item is in logic. It could have, it could have been a power bomb to put the other items as accessible, but you don't know that. And there's, you've got Terminator, you've got 2 transitions. And then it puts you in the exact position where Red Tower, the only save is up there behind that point in a return. That's not fun. Everything was
Well, and
it
just with
was a mess.
like the fact that I hadn't seen any Green Bryn yet, we hadn't seen Croc, we hadn't seen Kraid. Like there's a bunch of items that were gonna be accessible if it was one of those portals at the top, but it wasn't meant to be. And honestly, the interesting thing about the Gauntlet is I was thinking when I got speed, I was like, oh, I could do the front of Gauntlet before I head here, but that's not worth doing because I can't get out. It'd be a blind check. And then when I got Screw Attack, I didn't my mind didn't transfer over to the fact that I could now get out. Although I don't think Zero Tanks lets you Shine Spark all the way through Gauntlet. I don't think there's a way to do that.
Yeah, considering you've got to start all the way over there on that hill on the right, I don't even know if you're breaking the first box with 99 energy, but I'm sure Aussie would love to test that. I am going to go ahead and finish this episode so we can get things switched over. I don't know if it's going to kick us out or not, but Ace, you're more than welcome to hang out for just a little bit more if you want. Again, thanks everybody. Follow these runners. Their Twitch names are as they're listed at the top of the layout. Again, they had a heck of a time with this one. Did a great job. Thank you to both of you. And again, we're going to stick right here. The other race starts in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to take a breather, but thanks for the commentary. Thanks for the race. Not now, Gwen. Appreciate it. Kudos for sticking it out. I know an hour and a half in the seat is rough, but thanks everybody. It's appreciated.
And thank you to Crazed Gamer who was tracking this race with us. Azure is going to come in here and track game 2 for us. We did not get kicked out, so again, we're going to be back in a few minutes. I'm going to get some water and stand up and stretch.
Hey there again, Speed Gaming. Welcome back from your short break between matches. This is a back-to-back match between the teams, the A team and Tenacious 3. It looks like we're switched on the overlay for this race. But this time it's going to be Apathy Duck racing Sunwoo Farmer. And this is once again Super Metroid Randomizer League, Week 2, where the settings are countdown, full area, And we'll see what the seed brings to us today.
You know, they say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. I think we traveled 1,000 miles in the last seed. Hopefully, this is not a marathon number 2, but we will see. You never know. As we saw what these seeds will bring us. Both of these runners, they were definitely in the chat for the last race for a good bit of it. They saw all of the shenanigans that occurred, and they got to be ready for just about anything at this point. Hopefully they can put on a good show. And yeah, with that last result, 18 moved to 3-0 on the season, and Tenacious 3 now 1-2. We will see if we get a sweep or a tied series this week in the Norfair division of our randomizer league.
Got this race set to start any minute now. And here we go. Start game. Playing on a GameCube today. Exciting piece of Super Metroid advanced tech.
And I like that power suit palette. It looks pretty cool. I just want to point out, if the Goldilocks principle applies to a randomizer commentary, I had a very, very jet seed on Tuesday calling Maniacal's race, and then we just had the slowest of slow seeds on the previous one. Maybe this one will be just right.
Right, so this is going to start like pretty much every other randomizer seed. Go left, come down the climb, come down further down this elevator to check the vanilla morph ball location. And we're looking for a morph ball, which is guaranteed to be one of these first 2 checks. As far as countdown goes, we see that Criteria, as the starting region, is going to have 3 majors, and one of them is this morph ball. So there's 2 more to find, and they're also going to be looking for minors while looking for those majors. And the majors are going to be everything on the tracker plus the HUD. Well, the grapple and X-ray.
Two quick majors, morph ball and bombs. Those are the major items that are supposed to be here in Criteria. That's a very nice on the front of both being able to break bomb blocks early, and also like your power bomb count is not nearly as important when you also have bombs because your management doesn't have all of the hiccups. So I like bombs, especially early. No power bombs, however, in these first 4 checks. So we're not going to Billy Mays, and we're not going left to see our 1 item and 1 transition.
Yeah, looks like we're getting a different kind of seed this time. Early bombs and an early E-tank. Yeah, bombs, nice. Like you said, they open up bombable blocks. Maybe now we could get that gauntlet check, since they can go all the way through. But there's some more to do before that, starting with Old Mother Brain. We're playing full area. I mean to say we're playing full item shuffle, so the items can be anywhere. And so we're going to see a lot of checks that you don't see in like Chozo Randomizer or Major Minor Randomizer. And look at that. We got all the majors for Criteria.
For 3 majors this early in the game, obviously Morph Ball is one of them. Bombs and Plasma, that is not a bad start. Your beam's pretty powerful already. You can shoot through multiple enemies with that piercing property. And those bombs, like we said, you can, a lot of times if you've got those early power bombs and you check that transition and come back, that you use a lot of them. With this one, no transition, but infinite amount of bombs. We're going to check Old Mother Brain. We've got 230 available. You could do Gauntlet. That was required last seed. This seed, it's looking less likely, but it does require two E-tanks logically, but given the amount of things that can possibly be open, there's an E-tank somewhere, and there it is.
Well, there you go. 2 E-tanks right away.
I should stop talking about Gauntlet in the early game.
Remember the logic and say the seed is telling them to go straight to Gauntlet. Yeah, Gauntlet is slower with only morph bombs and also kind of dangerous. That's why you get that extra E-tank safety. But you can get all the items up there, so there is incentive to make the check.
And if this is they have bombs coming in, so the door's just gonna lock. This is it's a vanilla BT fight if you're running Taco Tank RBO. Otherwise, you have 5 more missiles than you're expecting. So yeah. Oh, you also have plasma, so those do more damage than missiles anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
doing
have
silly.
5 missiles, then there's a chance that BT does the crescent attack instead of shooting the firmable eggs. So, just something to keep in mind that you actually do want to watch your missile count going into that fight. But in this case, you have plasma, so you just use that instead.
We are going here to the right, given that his energy and his missiles were full. This is definitely a gauntlet check. Okay, 99% gauntlet check, 1% he just wanted to save the game.
Important to save the game. We saw how
That was,
costly not saving last time was.
yeah, not saving the game cost the runners about, they got up here at 5 minutes, but they checked a few more items and did a BT fight. It would have saved our runners about 4 minutes last run. So yeah, I was right about this this gauntlet check. They did get power bombs at Terminator, so that's one miner out of the way. That we are hoping to see a super missile back here for Aptly Duck. Sunroof Farmer, just kind of going forward a little bit. There's an upper north fair. There's 4 there. I am actually tracking
This 4.
our transitions this time. So that was Chronic Boost and upper north fair, and there were 4 major items on that countdown that we saw.
Wow, barely in a
that's
safe
7.
spot. Duck is.
Wreck Ship's got 2 of them
2.
for us. That was the bad side that you can't go through right now. So neither of those transitions did anything for us. I guess maybe if there's another E-tank, there's some that you could get away with that hull run over there in Upper Norfair. Otherwise, a super missile. Well, they got a transition down at
Yeah, right
Blueprint
now it's
with that
power bombs
bomb.
opens up Blueprint.
Upper Norfair had 4.
That's right. Upper Norfair 4, Wreck Ship 2.
So that's 9 of our 16 HUD items already accounted for.
And that is supers at the E-tank location. So Duck has to do this very carefully to not get stuck in the acid. Makes it through. Did take a lot of damage in the first half by getting grabbed by the Yapping Maw. And this final set of bomb blocks in the second half of Gauntlet is pretty tricky to do. And do damageless, that is.
Someone's also coming up here. Those 5 power bombs are gonna make this both significantly faster and a bit safer because you don't have to, be over here in the pit. And there is a death, unfortunately, from Apathy Duck. Usually, what I see people do is you just kind of wall jump over there on those fake spikes until the acid lowers, and then you're good to go.
What you want to do is just do a spin jump into the bomb hole, and that'll put you into a crouch just in the hole, like after you break it open.
Yeah, unexpected, or very unexpectedly, Apathy going right back, seeing that super missile. Same first super missile as our last seed. He's going right back. Sunwoo does take a lead. Not only are you going to do this faster with those power bombs, he's also got 2 transition knowledge up on Duck, which he's going to get and then go back and see what else Criteria has to offer for us. With having supers and power bombs by the end of this, all of them will be in logic, but one of them is behind a continuous wall jump over there at Moat. So that's the only we don't necessarily want.
Yeah, but Duck does have to think about this death that's already been taken. Not super costly or anything, but it is a time loss early on in the seed.
Yeah, I want to say that chip save was at about 5:20, 5:30. So yeah, a couple of minutes. It's definitely not what the doctor ordered up.
Yeah, maybe it even feels slower because you're doing Bomb Gauntlet. Grabbed again by the Yapping Maw. Really painful.
Just resets again. I want to say if you were going to die, you should just die, and that's faster than resetting. That's correct, right?
I think so. Yeah. I like to do the soft reset if that's set up for Varia. I don't think it is. With the button combination.
Yeah, Sunroof Armor, as I said, those power bombs make that faster and safer. And there's that third energy tank that I was hypothecating about for the heat run from Chronic Boost back to Bubble Mountain. Duck is gonna try his luck down here. Again, the power bomb is helpful. And he's gonna get these portals, and maybe round 3 is in our future.
Yeah, finding power bombs. You're less incentivized to go back for the supers. Like you're looking for either miner when you make the gauntlet check. Should have checked the back. No, I guess he knows that supers are already up there, so there's no reason to check the back. You're just gonna check these transitions and hope to find supers elsewhere. We're gonna see Sun Farmer at their GameCube ship and possibly going right.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking for definitely that crab transition and maybe a CWG. I even forgot that we could do the vanilla horizontal bomb jump backup for real speed running tech show off if we want to.
Yeah, that's true. They already have a alternate way to do that moat. But when you come this way, you're gonna check crabs first because you want to invest the time into crossing moat and then not have this information. 0 in red tower.
Sorry. Okay, that was crab to red Brinstar.
Yeah, the center door.
I guess that's just red tower. I'm trying to keep track of these trackers. Duck is doing everything in his power to not go back to Gauntlet. A little bit unfortunate because this is slower, but he will. And if he does get bailed out with supers here, he might miss an E-tank at the back, which he also might not be going back for anyway. So we'll see. Farmer with a CWJ attempt had the jump frame, couldn't quite nail that down. So we're gonna back it up. We're gonna retry. A nice moonwalk setup. There's a fourth E-tank.
Another E-tank.
Our runners from the last race are punching their fists in the air right now, saying, "Where were these when we needed them?" You guys are 12 minutes in, and here you are with these E-tanks galore. We've got a 1 in West Meridia. Gonna lock that down.
We got our run-in with West Meridia once again. So we're seeing a lot of Norfair and Meridia again. This time with E-tanks. Also,
coming down here. Probably in all likelihood, Farmer was coming back here anyway, because Red Tower is quite the hub of portals. 5 checks here. If you were at the top, maybe you do a couple of those, especially Alpha Power Bombs is a very, it's pretty quick, and it's 2 back there. X-ray is not happening. Spazer, we could see, who knows, but you don't necessarily need anything here. You would want maybe, a bit more ammo. Another E-tank would not hurt anything. But we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, like at this point, they have a bit of everything to work with. That's enough E-tanks to do really all you want. Like you don't want to do the slower checks, so you don't have the E-tanks for that.
Duck gets some revenge on these Yappy Maws now that he's equipped with the super missiles.
He's exiting to the right though, so we're gonna miss that E-tank.
Yep. So even E-tanks, that's not gonna hurt him in the context of the race, because they're both gonna have the same equipment as far as our health is concerned. Doing a little bit of a sequence break on the tube. Unfortunately, bonks that platform, so that's not going to be as easy the second time around.
Yeah, you do have to line up kind of basically.
Transition over there in Red Brinstar. That one just went where it was supposed to go.
straight to the cool part of Upper North Fair.
So, depending on how generous the seed is, there's 3 items in the high jump area. Maybe we could get one of our majors. Maybe we could get 2. You do get a super though. I like this palette we've got going on in Norfolk right now. Looks nice.
Yep, bit of a cool blue. So missile packet high jump. So I do think it is a friendlier seed this time for sure. Like giving them a lot to work with early on. So I'm not expecting it to like hide progression too deep. So just clean thoroughly, and you get what you need.
We're gonna see how well practice Duck is at his any percent backup strats. Unfortunately, you can't quite get that HPJ to work. We're gonna do the moonwalk setup for the in-room CWJ. That was a chance.
Yeah, that was a chance. Good first jump. Missed the second jump.
Duck mains HPJ, we're being told in the chat. So let's hope we can get this pretty quickly. And if not, it is not going to be too costly because you want to take them west the red tire check anyway. Got it. There we go.
It's a cross. But gotta say, a bit of a frustrating start for Duck. Really losing time here and there.
No ice beam check on Samu Farmer's part. That's interesting to me. Saved, and then it's coming up this this elevator to check this portal, which the order that you do things, you know, especially with these very micro decisions, they can cost you 5-10 seconds here and there. We're going to Red Fish at the top of Radio right now.
So now would be the best time to make a gamble on that check. But it would be costly to go for it. Costly in the minute or 2 cents.
So Duck goes the opposite way of Farmer here in Red Tower. We're going up to the elevator and the Meridian escape transitions. So we're gonna have a lot of knowledge here on the restream. We're also gonna have, you know, pretty good amount of divergence so far. No checks of alpha or beta power bombs. What do we have?
So,
Lower Norfair 3. That is half of our remaining majors right there in Lower Norfair. Again, same as last seed, Lower Norfair 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's a lot in Upper Norfair and Lower Norfair. And also a bunch of early E-tanks. With 4 in Upper Norfair remaining, like, you'd expect to find something over here. Between high jump, ice, and crumble.
We know of 4 accessible E-tanks, but obviously both of them only have 3. The one hull run requirement I know for sure is that the Cathedral one requires 4. That's still the same as it's always been from our vanilla map knowledge. So in logic, but neither of them have the actual 4th E-tank. And then we also saw in Upper Norfair the Chronic Boost room. That will also get you to Bubble Mountain with maybe fewer E-tanks, but they're both kind of right now.
Yeah, that Chronic Boost route, it's less practiced and I guess more surprising in how much health it takes. The vanilla route through Cathedral is something that you're gonna practice pretty hard.
Did Duck not do the elevator check?
I believe he did.
Oh, I missed it, darn.
Yeah, it's like, surely he did, but I guess we were both looking away.
I was trying to check out what Sudmu was finding at ice, which looked to be both minors and he reset. We are going to see the tube. Upward Norfair Croc Door. Oh, and now we've got more knowledge. So we've got our final criteria check. That went to the tube. Relevera they're saying was Croc on the Norfair side. Got a lot of knowledge here. And I'm assuming Sumu Farmer just took the above crate and ended up at Green Hills? Two.
Let's see. I don't remember how it mapped out, but it was.
Even where he was, it kind of has to be that way.
Yeah, it was the bottom right red tower, but the upper one.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm moving the terminology of this tracker I'm using, and it maybe isn't that universal. I would call this Lower Meridia Escape, but you can call it whatever you
Right.
want. You can call it the Puyo Room. You can call it anything. You can call it Upper Lower Right Red Tower, which is what I used to do. There's a screw attack on Sunwoo Farmer's side at the charge missiles. We've got 2 majors, and we've already found one. That's being nicer than our Norfair play was being to us.
Yep, they're both here in Green Brinstar. And we got an early one of the majors. Just one more to find.
New bridge check here from Duck. A lot of people like to do this. You come in here from the middle. All of your items are one way, so get this transition check out of the way. There's more Norfair, and that's the last Norfair check actually. So we've got Green Elevator outstanding. In West Meridia, we've got Main Street and Pre-Aqueduct, and then we've got all 3 dead ends and both East Meridia and Wreck Ship. So it feels like there's a long chain somewhere in here in this seed. I'm not quite sure because we've got the front Wreck Ship's got to be somewhere. There's an East Meridia thing going on. But
Yeah, we
we
still
know
have a lot of West Meridia entrances, but that'd be it for the hub areas.
Yeah, just the Pre-Aqueduct and Main Street that we haven't seen. So we could fall down to Main Street from the Redfish room. But that's not what they're doing right now. We're hoping we're gonna get, I don't know, a movement item, some more E-tanks here. Get that make that upper Norfair play a little bit more palatable.
We're seeing a bit of a difference in routing style, with Sun Farmer full clearing the area first, and Duck is making the quick checks and then going to the denser part, which is the Green Brinstar area. Just playing the odds to find the major. Because that's really what they're looking for here. It's just a major.
Yeah, one more Powerbomb pack on Sunwoo Farmer's side, but like I said earlier, with those very early bombs, your PB management matters a lot less than it would otherwise.
Yep, that's also true. Full clearing Pink Brinstar can cost all your power bombs. But then when you come over here to the B-Toms, you get full refill.
There's also the screw attack, which if your infinite number of bombs then cut down on the number of bombs you need to use, that's also going to help you out, and it's faster, obviously, than either the laggy power bombs or the slow exploding morph ball bombs. And there's a second pack in a vanilla location. Third for Farmer.
Okay. Yeah, as you say, between 2 packs power bombs, morph bombs, and screw attack, they shouldn't have to worry too much about their power bomb count this seed. Or killing enemies between screw attack and plasma.
Our friends the Edakuns showing us the way of the wall jump. Thank you very much to our friendly critters.
I was watching the Zila descend from the ceiling onto Duck. Moved out of the way just in time.
A lot of missiles here in Green Brinstar. This is kind of what you expect. A lot of ammo. Duck, very, very cavalier in skipping all these missiles early. That it can be a boon, it can be a burden. You never know what you're going to find at the end of the seed. Was this only missiles in all 5 of these locations? I didn't see the bridge item. One super, there we go.
Okay, it was looking a little strange. It's like the sea gives you 4 or 5 really early packs of supers, and then suddenly it's just all missiles everywhere. Normally, you expect some consistency so you can plan out your ammo routing.
I don't think we saw Wavegate or Mission Impossible on the other side, so a few locations for that major.
Wavegate we've seen, but not Mission Impossible or Waterway. Yeah, we've seen on Sun Farmer's side.
What was that transition? We're gonna see it again in Sunblue Farm, but I missed it. Oh, Torian.
Torian.
On location for that.
Yeah. It's gonna make coming back for this major pretty awkward if it's not at Mission Impossible.
That it is right now. So Green Hills is in Red Tower, so that's honestly like as ideal as you're gonna get if you do end up having to come back. But yeah. We are looking at again, just like the last seed when we found Green Brinstar late, no tanks in all of Green Bryn that we've seen. Which is kind of crazy.
Yep, no help there. And again, we have Upper Norfair with those 4 items. So really appealing to want to go there. It's just, if you do go there, it's going to be slow because you got to refill between every check in the heated areas.
And yeah, they're in a pretty good spot if they had health, which Duck does not. At that new bridge is taking them to single chamber. That would get you over in the wave in the Bubble Mountain area, but yeah, hopefully he does that wave gate. I can't imagine you skip that at this point, and that'll get him a Crystal Flash possibility.
Yeah, he also has
use that right now.
4 spawn supers, and that has a pretty good farm spot.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it does set you up pretty well for going into Upper Norfair.
Yeah, we got to see what our runners are thinking. I want to say that Duck should have all of the knowledge, except he hasn't been into Norfair at all. So that's what he doesn't know. He came here at the above grade transition before the very vanilla one below it. So
right,
he doesn't know that he could get into the cool side of Norfair, but it's not where you want to be, unfortunately. It's just a bunch of missiles that he's not picking up, 1 super and a resettable Hellron to ice.
Yeah, so he's gonna want to check that transition still, and that's gonna put him in the cool side. And you can do things in the cool side with no health. There's a lot of Sovas to farm, so like, it's playable from there. And with 3 tanks, he can just run across Bubble Mountain. I mean, Cathedral to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, some move. We're gonna see what he decides to do here. Could maybe get away with this, but no Crystal Flash ammo. Yeah, turns around. I kind of expected that. Farming in Green Bryn specifically will be a bit slow. We do have that Waterway major, which we were not too excited about, but here we are.
Yeah, without full super count, I was gonna say you can farm at New Bridge decently well, but you're gonna get all supers from the cags. Yeah, when you come across an unexpected heat room, you don't want to just stand in the door and take heat damage. You don't need to. So most of the time you can see them run back out to where it's safe.
So this is that top of Meridia transition Duck's about to find. And from there we're into Norfair. We're gonna have to see what.
Now that is a good farm spot that Duck just found.
Oh yeah, good point. If his head's probably not immediately right there right now. I mean, at this point, it's been forever. You're hoping you find an E-tape down here, or one of these 4 majors could be Varia, but that's not what it's gonna wanna.
Yeah, we've been talking about farm spots for a few minutes, and you just came across a random room.
Yeah, we've got the 4 logical E-tanks. They just both haven't picked one of them up.
That too.
And even if we didn't, like I said, I think 3 probably is logical. Well, 3 probably gets you to Bubble Mountain, but 3 doesn't get you anywhere from Bubble Mountain to any of those. Well, we're doing major minor, so again, like we saw last seed, it could be putting some E-tanks there to give you more access. We're not necessarily having to go all the way to speed, all the way to wave, all the way to North Reserve.
Yeah, but like as a runner in this position, you know you can make the run on 3 E-tanks, and you're expecting that E-tanks are out there in the world somewhere, so it's probably in logic to just do it. It's like, I'm saying you don't leave from here, but his health is worrying.
I am also looking at my tracker right now for the map, and like everything we found so far is like borderline a closed loop. And the other things, either we have to like be able to access wreck ship with high jump boots or gravity, or it's the other parts of Meridia which also require gravity, unless it's the fall to Main Street. We're like we have like all the Upper North Area portals we found. We found all of Red Brinstar, all of Green Brinstar, all of Crateria. Like they're all known. And no East Meridia, no Crade, no Croc. One each of Lower North Area and Wreck Ship. So this map is it's unfurling in an interesting way so far. Good PB
Well, I'm
farm
still
here.
seeing I'm seeing the 4 in Upper North Area still. We've had access to that information for a long time, so can't wait to see what we find here.
Yeah, if Duck were to find something good here, that PB farm he just did underneath the ice beam room would have been good. But well, he's gonna Crystal Flash. I don't think he's gonna keep. I think it's just a missile up here. If it's a super, he might, but it's a missile, I think, and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I want my Crystal Flash ammo back."
Yep, that and the health.
Oh, it is a super. Ooh, if he goes all the way through the fanfare, that means he's staying. And because of you've got access to the speed hallway. Even if you can't go through it, there's some free power bombs from the B-Toms. Meanwhile, Farmer, we're finally into Bubble Mountain.
Yep, let's see what's here in the Bubble Mountain checks. The cool side didn't have anything, so we're expecting a stacked Bubble Mountain. Or majors.
I also didn't have an eye over there. I'm assuming probably you checked what's the name of that? You checked the Bubble Mountain missile already, but still 4 on that countdown. So, and he didn't get a health refill, so it wasn't super great. What's Duck gonna do with this? So this on 3 tanks is very tight with no speed. I want to say it's doable forwards and backwards, but it's hard, and you're hoping to get an E-tank or something good.
Yeah, you can't really stop at all even to grab this item.
Wave beam. It's a favorite beam of I believe the fusion community, and grapple beam. Double trouble here with the majors. And this save that Duck took, we're going down Redfish to Main Street.
But some farmer's gonna try to make it back. Not looking too likely.
Only 9 power bombs. It's not happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3 tanks. That's extremely tight.
Crab supers check here from Apathy Duck. It's just a power bomb. Not gonna bother with that. It's a good check on the way down. We've had some discussion recently about how exactly you're supposed to access that item. It is not in logic if you cannot get it from below. So if you couldn't like start at the Main Street door and get up there, it's not in logic. But if you could, like high jump and ice or spring ball, then it's fine. But where are we going down? We found the other East Meridia. That's knowledge. Oh no, not the other. We found one. We found the back. That's the worst part.
Couldn't do anything either way with this loadout, but it was an information play. Falling through West Meridia is a one-way trip. And you knew that. That's why there's a save setup.
Meridia map is the moat transition. We already saw that, Siriu. So yeah, this is that grapple that we saw. I want to say that lets you logically get over to the other that pre-aqueduct, but if that's a dead end, then you wouldn't be able to get back without high jump. So that's still iffy. Farmer's back up here farming. I may or may not have intended that pun. I don't think you go back to Speed Booster right now. You've got that knowledge. Neither of those items are immediately helpful. You could argue about Wave, especially with Plasma already, but for now, we're gonna see what else we've got.
Yeah, right now you're expecting to see like another helpful item in one of the other locations that's checkable. It could be an E-tank or a movement item, and movement items would help some. Like for the speed hell run, it's just a speed booster that's helpful, really.
I'm looking at Apathy Duck here on the left side. He did what I think is probably a better play health wise to do this hell run to Bubble Mountain from the right, but he's got the 242 health and he's got one power bomb. I think regardless of which route you're taking, maybe farm those frogs in the speedway. Cause yeah, we're talking about PB farming up here, and it's not great. There's a chance that we're going to wave and we're not going in that door. That would save a lot of health. But yeah, as you saw, this was a much quicker run. No need for the 3/4 tanks, and Duck is joining our friend Sunwoo Farmer.
Yeah, that worked out really well for Duck. Needs to pick up these health drops before they expire. But with Screw Attack, really made good time getting through that single chamber path.
I missed the ammo count. We didn't need to run back out. We could Crystal Flash, but more farming. This is we got a Nintendo Direct for you tonight. A bunch of farming simulators. Two more majors. Oh yeah, that's not good because now you. Well, no, you got bombs. You can take the slow route to get down there. I really want those power bombs from the Frog Pocket, from the Frog Speedway. Sorry, to just be able to Crystal Flash when I want.
Okay, looks like he's getting try for the farm. 66 is enough. Pretty hard.
Pause. He did it, just barely. There was 0 when he paused. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Absolutely. And then just got health before the pause menu came up. But way to the farm.
A little bit of if you're an RBO runner, you do this farm when you're up here. The jump and the bomb down. If you get the timing right, it works out perfectly. Duck's a little off. You see some farmer just spamming that nice wave plasma, which is more than powerful enough to kill him, and it's got a good width to it. So different strats, they should be about the same as far as time, but Duck's getting unlucky with a bunch of small health is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, so part of it is when you're doing this farm, you're going to be getting a mix of ammo drops, and that's going to cause your health to rise slower. So if you have to farm, you want to keep your ammo kind of high, just to avoid those ammo drops. It's also really costly to not kill all the gamuts here. If one gets away, then you have to wait out their entire fly cycle. And you're losing health the whole time.
All right, so a farm and a leave. I'm assuming this is a save, so you can scum all of them potentially. And
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep calling for that Frog Speedway farm, so you could Crystal Flash if you really want to keep something, or hope to find another E-tank. Looking at an IBJ up to Norfair Reserve for Sunwoo Farmer. There's a tricky wall jump you could do without high jump that'll get you up there, but it's hard. And if you keep missing it, this is probably the faster option.
Yeah, definitely don't want to go for that wall jump unless you're very confident in it.
Ooh, hopefully Duck can miss that. Yeah, he was worried about spike damage plus stuff, but yeah, E-tank fine. That's one of the things you definitely wanted to find if it's not your major.
So if he skipped that there, he wouldn't have a way to get it on the way back. So actually,
that's that ledge over there. Make sure wall jump up there. Probably not possible. What do we have over here at Norfolk Reserve? A missile in the missile spot. Ooh, it does. It's X-ray.
It's gonna take the death. But Duck finding that early is gonna help with the rest of these checks. So that's really nice.
We've got another Another cathedral missile seed on our hands, it looks like.
We sure do. So let's see, we got 4 here plus the 1 that the other is missing. I think it's 6 E-tanks for Cathedral.
I would presume that if it is exactly Varia, maybe those requirements change, but I wouldn't swear to that. That would obviously be the nicest thing it could do for you. This logic does not account for like you being able to crystal flash and like extend your health. That's only in like harder logics than we use. So yeah, have we skipped a reserve or any location at all? I don't know.
I think they're still trying to pick up all the health and reserve tanks that they come across. Not thinking any reserves were missed.
Hasn't with some knowledge about crystal flash logic. It's not even an upper Norfolk thing. It's a lower Norfolk thing. I will either remember that forever or forget it in 5 minutes. But thank you. Oh yeah, Billy Mays. That's what we haven't looked at. Thank you, Idol. No one likes Billy Mays.
Yeah, there's still checks out around. Suppose it would just be some blue Brinstar checks. Done all of green Brinstar, pink Brinstar. And this will be the completion of Upper Norfair, except for that cathedral location. So some farmers out of here. And this is kind of the lead we're looking at as the race goes. Duck just has to do the Norfair reserve checks. So
I'm thinking it's really close actually. Like Summer Farmer has this farm. Duck is mostly farmed up. Doesn't have the peeps for the crystal flash you would need to keep that item, so he's gonna have to get those. But the Norfolk check is gonna be in and death / reset and out. He's not keeping that screw attack for the health.
Yeah, the X-ray.
Yeah, I said screw attack, didn't I? Whoops. Yeah, here's what the seed has been withholding from us. Some farmer is definitely going to show it to us, and yeah, plenty of ammo for the crystal flash. Don't get shot by these things, hopefully, but yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're essentially doubling your health with the crystal flash, that's enough if your movement is on point and you dodge the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Nice grapple usage.
Okay, seed. So that's our waterway.
Yeah. Okay, good. Got the crystal flash on the slope. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. So we are in Upper Norfair, and single chamber goes to New Bridge. You could do that, or you could go into Red Tower. Wait, no, I'm wrong. The other green burn is completely vanilla. So yeah, you're going back to single chamber, which you realize. Good job.
Really helpful that you're keeping track and can guide us through the layout of the map.
I think sometimes I'm pretty good about knowing them. Last seed, it wouldn't have mattered even if I knew them at some point. I would have been like, oh, where are we going? What's going on? Duck does not have 10 power bombs. So this isn't happening, but he's going to know and he's going to farm. He's going to come back. But yeah, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse about this power bomb farm I wanted 5 minutes ago. But yeah, you're not with the lava damage, especially like it's just not happening.
Yeah. And he knew it was a major. Probably has to be the progression as well.
Yeah, from my perspective, I think, yeah, it absolutely had to be the progression as well as a major.
Yeah, so losing some time, not planning ahead to keep that item.
Really would have bailed him out. It wasn't that though. And Sumu Farmer made it to the Nutella refill, so yeah. With that speed booster, we're not going single chamber, interestingly. Croc is Croc entry is red elevator. Yeah, the very top up here.
Oh no. Yeah, this
Can you
works out.
run left and then run back? Is that what's about to happen?
No, you don't have time to run back, but you
Oh, but I mean,
can.
yeah, it's closer to this side anyway, isn't it? But that's, I mean, the problem is you have to go back right. But yeah, this isn't a problem. In the chat, we're pointing that out. It doesn't actually matter which side you do that
No,
from.
it just looks interesting. But it's fine.
Yeah, so we're in Red Tower now. I'm not sure exactly what Farmer's plan is. Because the other entry to Greenburn Star is vanilla from meme route, you wanted to be where you were. So yeah, despite getting speed booster first, he might have just swung this pendulum back in the direction of Duck. We will have to see.
Well, we'll see what the fall
Oh,
is.
wait, hold on, no, I'm wrong. Because I have two labeled as retro PBs. Where is? It's above Kraid. He's smart, and I'm not. Above Kraid goes to Green Hills. I
There
still
we go.
think it was faster to single chamber, but if you don't want to hell run anymore, you can do that.
Yeah, that's fair. No, we got some great runners here. They know what they're doing.
But yeah,
They
Assembly Farmer's going to jump up here, and that's going to take him to right where he wants to be at New Bridge. Duck is similarly exiting on this side. Top of Norfair. Yeah, he's going to go left. They're going to be right on each other's footsteps again. So yeah, I was wrong, and Assembly Farmer should have gone left out instead of up, instead of right. But well, no,
Well, we're
both
here.
were fine. I think yes. We are going to find out what is it waterway. Very
Alright,
high jump, gravity. Does high jump actually get them anything? It gets them wreck ship. That's what it gets them from the backside. So yeah, those are the three things we're looking at.
I think he gets more West Meridia checks.
I'm less sure about that, but you could be right. Yeah.
It'd just be Mount Turtle.
And wreck ship is two extra majors, so both gravity and high jump obviously would get them that, and gravity would definitely get them the other West Meridia stuff, and Varia gets them the three lower Norfair majors.
It's a gravity.
It's the most profitable, arguably. What is a West Meridia is one, East Meridia. We
It
haven't.
makes a lot of sense
Oh,
to see gravity there. It opens up.
we've seen East Meridia. I didn't get the major count there though.
That was one.
That seems right. I know Siryu's been keeping track in the chat. Maybe he can update me on the East Meridia major count. But yeah, 2 seeds for these two teams and 2 cathedral missile progressions.
Yeah,
East Meridia's.
they had a bit of a better E-tank start, but then completely dried up. No real health refills in the upper Norfair area, just the one at Wave Missile. And then ended up getting to Cathedral item on even fewer than our first race between these teams.
Yeah, 4 quick ones and presumably a 5th quick one somewhere there in Billy Mays, I guess is what we're saying. And then the other side of it was just the wave missile was the other E-tank. So here we are. Yeah. Very, very synchronized race. We're back into Upper Norfair. They know where they're going. Speed booster plus that gravity. Obviously, the East Meridia stuff is open. They could get to Dragon. And yeah, this one other portal, which I had neglected completely. I guess, judging by what the logic just did, I'm doubting that grapple by itself is enough logical stuff for that pre-aqueduct transition. But we didn't see it just now. We're getting items. There are 3 in that direction, but the others are over here, and you know what's down here if you're Duck.
3 this way, 3 the other way.
Yeah, with crab supers already being checked.
Yes. That was Duck made that play earlier, I think.
Unfortunately, crab supers is too high, and you can't actually see Main Street Missile. So you do have to come in here and just most likely blind spark it. I was wrong. He doesn't blind spark it.
Yeah, it's
He's
really
saving,
unfortunate
though.
that you have to go all the way around to get a peek at this item.
E. Honestly, blind spark. It was so good. Should have just done it. I think I would have sightseeing sparked that and being like, yeah, thank you for the energy.
It's like still needs ammo too. There were a lot of good outcomes there. Major E-tank over ammo.
Yeah, somehow the ammo situation is very close. Duck does have that extra super. He wants this knowledge instead of doing the items first. So back lower warfare.
Yeah, Duck did
That
have
I
the
feel like
lower Main Street knowledge already, so we could just leave it right away.
okay. So we've got one end of East Meridia. We've got one end of Wreck Ship. Those lead to Croc and Kraid. That is eerily similar to the last seed, but instead of lower warfare, we've got Wreck Ship. Thank you, Sunmu Farmer, for validating me. Just sparking the E-tank. We're about to find out what this West Meridia major is. What do we have up here in Watering Hole?
Duck first to the major. So a little
If
bit
it's
ahead.
Varia, that's very convenient. Definitely our convenient item of the day would be Varia.
It's Spazer. Debris says super pack.
Ooh,
But actually looking at the boss
you're
count,
right. You're in the same area. That is a bold. You're pretty close to the ammo Gomo too. I don't know about that one. But yeah, down here in West Meridia, Main
no, they
Street
still
goes
have
to
4 bosses left, so I think you're not really worried about any time pressure on ammo.
that is true. So yeah, this is East Meridia. That's why that was such a convenient save. Okay, now that I see exactly what happened, I'm less critical. I apologize to future Duck watching this back, but yeah, this has one major, and it has Croc or Kraid at the aqueduct door. Yeah, Plumps calling out the 0 bosses, which was set in by Aussie. Yeah, I hadn't even realized that we're 51 minutes into this race. We had no bosses. That the other last seed, which by all accounts was worse than this, they had a boss of like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Well, after the reset.
Yeah, what are these seeds tonight?
We had a great idea yesterday, and we were like, "Hey, let's calm both of these races back to back. It'll be fun."
Yeah.
The Spazer pickup. Not even looking at him, he was like, "You know what? I'm here. I am gathering the rewards of my labor. Spazer beam. Let's do it." Shout outs to Seffi.
Yeah, Doug did reset the spacer and actually did transport him a number of rooms away, saving a good chunk of time.
Yeah, Sunwoo Farm also did this before the door, so doesn't know that this is Lower Norfair, and yeah, wants to be exactly where Duck is.
It does make sense to want the major since you know it's there. But yeah, this door is not too helpful. So all of East Meridia and one major. Oh, that E-tank is a nice refill.
That's the second in the last half hour that we found. And of course, there's another one right next to it for fun.
Refill.
Once your 60 tanks have locked your progression, it's just going to give all of you the tanks behind that progression. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sure he's saving that for later for more efficient usage.
Nothing at Croc.
Just a bad door transition.
Also, we're finally in East Meridia, and I can confirm the 1 on my tracker. So no more unknowns, which means Craid's also empty, but you don't really care because it's 3 items and you want the boss.
Ah, yes. one of the changes that Varia makes, one of the more recent changes, is that you can use screw attack to break these power bomb blocks.
Yep, in
And
area randomizer, those are just bomb blocks now. There have been conflicting reports that I've heard about why that was done. I initially assumed that there was actually a situation in the last tournament where the seed logically wanted you to come from the front, or not from the front, from the back of East Meridia to the front of East Meridia without your logical power bombs and a Chozo seed. So like you had screw attack or bombs, so like you can get from the top to the door, but you couldn't have gone back. So I thought it was to like, not make it a one way. Other people said if those are bomb blocks, you can have worse power bomb locations. There's a lot of things that could be the reason. A reset on left sand pit for duck.
there's an E-tank and a reserve tank.
Tank. So we're looking at this East Meridia has one major, and then our accessible wreck ship, obviously with this gravity suit, has two more. And then once you've got all of those, you're gonna have three in Lower Norfair. And the crate is in the crate's in wreck ship and doesn't have anything, so you're gonna run through there real quick and say hello and goodbye.
So we know for sure where crate is, do we?
Unless I've mistracked something, yes. We had single access to both East Meridia and wreck ship through Forgotten Highway. So we're gonna see Forgotten Highway in both directions in both areas. Fun times.
Yeah, so this will be that chain you were talking about earlier. It's going to be all of East Meridia to wreck ship into crate. And we get to just leave behind Crocmeyer. No reason to fight the Croc today.
Very, very
Well-
quick. Batoon fight. You go ahead, Asi.
We're also seeing a bit of a routing difference compared to how Ace went through this area on one major. Duck and also Sunfarmer are checking sand pits and doing these kind of faster per item per minute effects before going to the boss. Where Ace went directly to Dragon. So there's different ways to do this.
Given his Dragon loadout, I don't think if you found the major and even if it was like charge, if that's helping you very much. So I think definitely you could make the argument that just go here first, and if it's Batoon E-Tank, Precious Missiles, or at the space shop location, you have saved a bunch of time. Varia was behind Dragon last seed, and now it's here. The PRNG dream.
Right. See, this one was speed to gravity. Was our cathedral item. Last time it was cathedral had gravity itself.
Duck decided that he hated Dragon, and then he was like, I hate you so much, but I need to kill you. So here we are in our Dragon fight. After, a couple extra door transitions, just to show off your sick door fixes. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, Duck bringing out the tech. Sick door fixes. Let's see this high jumpless speed kill. Runs directly into the tail. Maybe it's an ammo kill.
It's a grapple.
Yeah.
Standing at the left immediately, because if you spawn those goop early, those later ones won't actually get you grabbed. That's a pro strat right there. Are we even gonna check space jump? We kind of don't need to. Looks like we're definitely getting drops at the very least.
Okay, we have a
Yep, we're
boss
going
kill.
in.
58 minutes in. First boss kill.
Dragon first.
Dragon
Just
first.
how you draw it up.
So 45. Not too bad, but with both suits, you want to be skipping as much as you can. The major count's pretty low across the world.
Yeah, we're
Wreck
looking
Ship
at
has 2.
2 and 3. 2 for Wreck Ship, 3 for Lore and Warfare. And those you really don't want to be looking through Wreck Ship at an hour in. Lore and Warfare has several very quick checks. You got the Frank-Rizzi missile when you're coming in the backside, and you've got Holy Ruby missile, that's quick. Peebs of Shame are quick. Fireflies is debatably quick. Same with Ridley E-Tank. But yeah, Wreck Ship. The ship isn't on, so you can't do the E-Tank on your way in. Left and right super aren't too bad. You're going through ocean to get to Kraid, so the lower ocean's also not terrible. But other than that, unless you
I
get
guess
spooky on the way in, those are about it.
the important thing is that they haven't cleared those areas yet, and so you can make checks for both charge beam and like other good movement items too, actually, as well as ammo.
Yeah, another scene where we're running around. Well, this one we just got speed boosted. The other one they were on speed no high jump for about an hour. So yeah, only fun times here on a late Friday night rando.
I'll be very astute for Sun Farmer. About to enter their Dragon fight.
Okay, so let's see. East Meridia is going to exit us at Main Street. From Main Street, we need to find our way to Wreck Ship, which is at Kago in Criteria. So how are we getting to Criteria from Meridia? Meridia map goes to Moat. That's that's where you're going out of Main Street. So yeah, that's my guess. Out of here, we're going to be at Main Street down to the map station. That'll be at Moat, and then we're going from the right to the left to Criteria. That's of
Looks like
course
a Main Street.
if Duck knows that. Oh, he saw the major and left. Well, map tracking is a skill and a tool.
He knows
And
where
if you
Lower
don't,
Norfair is the reason
oh
to
yeah,
go there first.
you could go there first. Turian's in green elevator, so I'm not sure about the speed of that. But that also, I guess, if you get the quick stuff in Lower Norfair first, you can make better decisions about Wreck Ship second. So it's not a bad play.
Yeah, these checks are more en route, so you're
And it
losing
was
less time
closer.
by making these.
I was not. I was just thinking we had to go to Wreck Ship first. We did not, and you shouldn't because this is right here. So yeah, Ducks indecision again. You want supers. If you get 2 more of them, you're good.
Super is good. Yeah, 45-50. Pretty close once again. 3 bosses to kill, so lots of time.
Base jump. Would you look at that?
Probably blindly go to PBs in jail, unless you're really worried about close race.
Yep, it's on your way. If you do this this little maze here without spring ball well enough, you're doing all right. Get rewarded, hopefully. You do get rewarded. Look at that. Super pack number 2. 3 checks. We got 2 supers and a space jump.
Yeah. Does know about the beach supers, but probably not even worth taking time to go get them at this point. Just run into missiles along the way from here.
And if you want, the other, most of the outstanding majors are still good. Spring Ball's the one that you're not super thrilled about, obviously. High jump you want, charge would not make a big difference, but it would make you not have to farm a bunch and just, peace of mind. And then there's Ice Beam, which, also good for Duck. You have Space Jump. Yeah, Space Jump, or Skip and Metroid Runes.
It makes it
very easy to forget the
help
item
of
that
Space
you
Jump.
just got an hour in that you wanted forever ago.
Okay, with all these super packs in Lore Warfare, ammo's looking pretty good now.
Yeah, I called out that 2 more super packs when you had 50 would be enough. 45, 60. It's 1 missile pack above the bare minimum, so probably if you missile that first door and then just refill from there, you're definitely gonna be fine. Just a little tight. If you want to be extra safe, do a second door open with some missiles.
And then these checks in Lore Warfare are still, you can't find the majors. Majors still really valuable, some of them.
Interested in
Speed
that
high
power
jump.
bomb pack. Duck said maybe and then decided yes. Maybe it was a current power bomb situation, honestly, that you with your bombs and your speed you weren't worried about getting out of here, but I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, pretty much. Why not? Don't have to farm as much.
Teammates are a bit concerned about power bomb strats in Metroid runes. With 15 was already 3 extra, 20 makes it even more extra, but those are definitely rooms where you're probably not going to lose too much time over someone who knows exactly what they're doing, but you also, you want to get your double hits, you want to do them in good spots. You've got screw attack to mitigate any damage if they're latched onto you. So not too big of an issue. This is a typical randomizer 30 super Ridley fight. No high jump, but good pogo manip. No high jump makes that jump to grab different than you're used to and harder, but a very nicely executed Ridley fight. And Sumu Farmer is about to come up on these same 3 super packs as Ridley has charged, like I was calling for last seed, which didn't happen, and this time it does, and we were already in ammo go mode. But charge wave
Right.
plasma, you're not gonna complain.
It's still useful. You don't have to worry about Zeb skip at all. I think that's the big save here.
Oh yeah, if you're not too fond of the speed Zeb skip variety, you can just kill him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to point out Zeb skip. Obviously, you see it in every speed run that exists in the vanilla category, but especially in the like any percent, like the time that Zeb skip saves is mostly not picking up more ammo, more so than like being that much faster through the room. I would assume it's still faster through the room to do Zeb skip, but not by a lot.
Duck really wants this clip, but it doesn't have high jump, so can't get the real any percent clip.
And he had screw attack to kill him anyway, so yeah, it was you do the strat that you know, and that's all right. A little bit of a high five will be coming in probably. Well, if Sunroof Farmer can make it back to the top of this room in time, which is looking like a no, but they'll be in the same room, going opposite directions. Where does the front of Lore Norfair lead? I want to say that you probably should still go out the back, but I'm gonna look. It's Red Tower. Were you gonna end up there anyway? Red Tower. No, there was a link directly from Maria to Criteria. So yeah, back out the back.
So they're looking for criteria that's connected to back of wreck ship, and then the front of wreck ship's going to connect to Kraid.
And then from there, you're gonna go from Criteria. You're gonna have to find your way into Red Tower. Unfortunately, neither of those are on the left side. The Kago is the Kago's wreck ship. Yeah, that's where we're going. G4's Lava Dive. That's in Norfair. So yeah, you're either going down to Crabadab to Retro PBs from Criteria to Red Tower, but that's in 10 minutes. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. For right now, the runners have full map knowledge, as long as they can piece together the Kraid spot. So they can just plan out their entire route from here and just follow it. Don't have to really think too much. They both have go mode ammo. Duck also has charge. Sun Farmer about to find charge. Probably. So there's less thinking involved at this point, and that leads to better execution because you're not distracted.
Yeah, as good as movement as your movement's going to be with speed only. Space jump helps a little bit with that, but you would rather have high jump. The seed it gave it to our previous race at the very end after a GT fight. So this one not even so kind.
Nice green Ridley here. Matches the supers. Oh, and the screw attack. Oddly green fight.
I'm interested there. Like we were talking about stuff when we were in ammo charge hunt about the clicker wreck ship checks. You don't need to do any of them, obviously, and maybe you put the numbers and you say you're not going to find something good. But both high jump and ice would be nice here if you decided. But again, kind of like last seed, less with no 9-minute resets today. But when you're 70 minutes here into the seed and it took you 50 to kill one boss, you're not trying to spend extra time you don't have to. So I'm gonna guess 0 items checked here in Wreck Ship, but we could see a few. Especially Ocean is like I would say the most likely. It's so close to Kraid. It would save so much time.
Oh yeah, they're going that way anyway. Like Kraid has the wall missiles. Left side supers is typically the fast check that you always check if you're looking for anything at all. Okay. We'll see just how fast Duck wants to get through this.
Yeah, and both of our runners saw X-ray scope and did not keep it because it was in a heated run in Norfolk Reserve. I didn't notice this on either runner's side at the time. Oh, this was a post Ridley farm. I'm crazy. I was thinking we're doing a lot of farming over here on farmer side, and Duck didn't have to do that, but this is post Ridley.
Yeah, I saw the like 5 supers when they were farming, but did have charge, so post Ridley.
Yeah, and you need a few supers for doors at this point, but that's about it. So maybe there were some health concerns, and
Yeah, it's like Wreck Ship in particular is where you need the supers. Very nice Doppler.
Yeah, this is it's set up for a nice little 2-round. Hopefully we get the right mid. That's what you're supposed to get on the right side. Can you finish it off? Close.
Not quite. But easy 3-round. And over the last little bit, we've kind of seen Duck just pull ahead in the race, bit by bit, really. Just moving a little bit faster. Kind of grown into this boss lead.
I was also thinking about this in the back of my mind, but I didn't voice it. Especially with a save here from Sunblue Farmer, maybe we're doing reverse acid dive. I don't know why, but it looks like that's what's happening.
Yeah, the Crystal Flash farm would make a bit more sense if that were the case. Does have the health. I accidentally took a fall. That's a bad fall, time-wise and health-wise, but did have plenty extra.
Yeah, gravity definitely helps with that fall not being as costly. So yep, here we are, front of Wreck Ship. We're end up in Kraid's lair. It's gonna be 0 major items, and we had dang near close to an RBO boss kill order here. Just we did Dragon first instead of Ridley.
Yep. Dragon, Ridley, Fantoon, Kraid.
I don't know if there is a vanilla extension category that does that route. I know there's a Dragon first, but I think it does Phantoon second.
There's leaderboards for every category.
They call it North Korea. It's Democratic People's Republic of Korea. So yeah, DPRK. That's the extension category. That one, it's like RBO Light. You do the Sulis Meridia, you don't do the Lower Norfair Hell Run because you go to Phantoon, you get Gravity. Fun times. That's the last objective, as you see on the HUD from Duck. 4 Golden Floor bosses are down. Now we just need to run through the map, and it's all of its strange ways. So from here, we're going to Wreck Ship. From Wreck Ship, we've only got one place to go. It's going to go to the Kago in Criteria. Once we're in Criteria, we're trying to get to the green elevator in Green Brentstar. That's probably going to mean you want to go from Criteria to Red Tower. At the crab goes down to the main Red Tower, and then from there, you're gonna go down to the right of the tube in the upper one above Crade. That's gonna take you to Green Brentstar at Green Hills, and then you're going up to the elevator. This is a long in-game route, honestly. You're going all the way through Wreck Ship. You're going from one side of Criteria to the other, and then you're going through Red Tower, which is small, and then you're going basically all the way through Green Brentstar. Goodness.
Yeah, this is part of why the seed's taking so long to finish. They have to run across the entire world multiple times.
Some of them took the other route out of Lower Norfair, and now we're back in Upper Norfair. I think this was a little bit worse, at least maybe a good bit worse. But no, Azure, he came out of Lower Norfair here. I think I cut you off. Sorry, Asi.
Duck seems to be forgetting the space jump again. But making it through.
So
Gravity and wall jumps is all you need.
Somehow, Tenacious 3 ended up right here where he needed to be to go to Wreck Ship, and then he went not through that door because it looks like let's see, G4 is lava dive, so that route wasn't terrible. Honestly, what he did, it really wasn't terrible. Maybe it was better. But now we're going to Retro Peeves, which is, I'm a bit confused here, but it was pretty close to over as it was. And Duck is also not taking the route that I took. Duck's going through Norfair to Red Tower. Or no, he's going Norfair to Single Chamber directly to Green Bryn. Definitely another option. Given how much running around I said in my route. Well, this is longer in Green Brentstar, much shorter in Criteria. No Red Tower, but more Norfair. So, who knows?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. You can't know. Like mixing up the map this much, there's no way to tell how long it takes to do anything. We didn't think we'd get to see this spiky platform path that Duck's taking. But it does connect to the Chronic Boost Room faster for the store.
Being in an action, I like Duck's route more than mine, I think. Yeah, so much of Criteria. But yeah, now Farmer, we're about to get another high five. Look at that. Right there at the missing blue gate.
Yep, they meet again. Unfortunately, Duck is up 2 bosses now. Oh no.
Yeah. Farmer's very much not sure where he needs to be going, which is unfortunate because he actually, before he ended up right where he needed to be at the G4 door going left to Kago. And then he decided to see the sights, Zebus, it's an expiring planet, it's gonna blow up soon. You gotta get your tourism in while you can.
This hasn't been here in a while. Mrs. Green Brentstar.
It's a cozy place, There's no heat damage. There's no 80 damage crabs. Nothing's trying to kill you. You found your gravity suit here.
Yeah,
good memories.
Likes it here.
Here's our final area transition for Apsy Duck. There's Torian. Spoilers. There are no major items here. One day Kip will get his dream, and we'll have one. But until that day, we're going down and we're power bombing some Metroids.
Yeah. And we are going to get a full resource fill on this elevator into Torian as part of area randomizing. So Duck's going to enter with full supers, full health.
Bit of a callback in chat to I believe that was the second multi-world race they did. Duck had quite the issue with or wait, hold on. I don't know if that was this race. There was a race earlier this week. Yeah, or sometime, yeah. A very unlucky Metroid Room 4 farm.
Yeah, he was power bombing the Metroids in 1 and 2 when he needed to farm supers. So laying that power bomb early. Gonna hope to aggro all the Metroids in the room by doing damage across the room for magical reasons.
Something about Rinkas, I think. I don't know. Some power bomb drops for fun when you've got 20. Go run low speed, you get the drops. So yeah, as you see, the health has been draining this time, but because of no high jump and speed, baby skip was probably not happening as it was. So you don't really care about your health. You're gonna come over here. You're gonna take some baby damage. Sonu Farmer, go left, 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 left. There you go. Right back out.
Damage down a little bit more, just to end this cutscene as fast as possible after getting grabbed. And this is Sunwoo Farmer going backwards through the wreck ship region. So let's figure out the crab maze.
I saw a space jump over there. Good job. You have that item. Goes the lower route over here. This is why we call it Forgotten Highway. You forget about it and you don't know how to go through it. Randomizer, especially with all this this area random we're playing, you see it more. So you could it could be a slightly forgotten highway, not as deep in the recesses of our memory as it once was.
Yep, area rando really bringing it back.
We are going to see how Duck feels about his situation with regards to ammo and speed zap skip. We had some callouts early. Probably you just missiled these if you don't get this first try, I would say. It didn't even look like he tapped there. Yeah, that was a half attempt, I'm going to say. Duck's going to pop up in chat right now and yell at me. Yeah, because you had a strong beam 24 shot mother brain fight here, 750 damage on this charge wave plasma. So we're gonna bombard this brain with all of our stuff.
Yep, that looks to be the plan. Nothing wrong with that. You'd lose more time if you were to retry for the speed zeb skip than you'd ever save by just shooting your way through. Supers are still a little bit more damage than charge plasma wave, so we're going to lead with that, then finish it off with charge shots. Then not enough health for a stand-up glitch or anything of the sort, so just going to be sitting through the cutscene.
I think Flame Limbs may have caused Sunmu to just enrage Fantoon over there on the right side of the screen. Obviously, with different palettes, even if I knew colors of Fantoon, I wouldn't be able. Well, yeah, if I knew the colors of Fantoon, I might have been able to tell you how close. But I do not know that, so we'll see if one missile kills Fantoon and he got Flame Limbed.
Yeah, if you do, depend on the colors for Fantoon or Ridley, or even Dragon, then color shuffle could mess you up.
Okay, so there were lots more missiles left on Fantoon, so maybe it was a misclick on the button and you item selected when you didn't want to.
It happens.
Either way, lots of health through attack, no danger. Just a little bit slow fight. Lots
the
of
beam
bad
is
instances.
it's a 750 charge shot, so you can avoid the Dopplers here if you want, and just use charge shots after the 2 and 2. Yep, finishes off Fantoon. No problem. That's gonna be the third boss down for Sunwood Farmer.
The final shot goes on the baby Metroid. We're about to get our Hyper Beam, and we got a quick Mother Brain 3 fight, and then an escape. And Apathy Duck will be bringing this one down the home stretch.
I was able to see the objective OK2 this time. I think I always look at the other screen whenever a boss is dying.
We hadn't found charge that vanilla left super would have been there to hook us up, but no need for that one. No high jump, no ice. Those were definitely what he was checking for. I guess we 2 of those are here, and Spring Ball is where's the other item? I don't remember at this point.
Was it Lower Norfair?
Yeah. 2 of those are here, one's in LN. We're gonna find out as soon as the credits tell us.
Just one simple escape sequence away from taking the win for his team is Apathy Duck.
There were some calls after the final race for Duck to cut the 100-minute barrier. After his next race, Duck is just gonna finish 190 minutes here for us. Two marathon seeds. One of them a bit longer, but this was a wild night of randomizer here for the A team in Tenacious 3.
Yep, put together some wild seeds for us. Got some good speed gaming content. But this is the end of it as Duck lands on the ship. Gonna finish out the seed. It's a time of 1:26:57. GG to Duck. And then Sun Farmer could take that forfeit, seeing the finish. It has been a bit of a marathon, back-to-back races. Not the same runners, but same team.
So the 2-0 sweep on the night for the A team that takes them up to 4-0. I believe they may be the first team to be 4-0, but we've got a lot of races this weekend yet to come. Several 2-0 teams that have yet to play one or both of their matches, and there is Apathy Duck in the chat with us. GG's to you.
GG.
You said you wanted a better seed than Ace, and the very randomizer said, okay, better. Barely.
Yeah, monkey paw curls. At about an hour and 10 minutes, I stopped caring if I won. I just, because in Ace's race, I said I was making fun of him. We're gonna hang up his picture in our break room and have a slowest run. And I was like, if I break that immediately after, I'm gonna be so upset. So.
Also joined in here by Sunwoo Farmer, GDD as well.
Oh, thank you. Very good.
Yeah,
Empathy Duck. Very good. Nice.
Thank you.
Unsurprisingly, we've got another slow progression speed. We got the PRNG Dream. We had a hell run to the Cathedral for the missile item progression, and then Vario was one room away from its previous location. bit better on the ammo ratio, and you had E-tanks that weren't behind your hell runs, but there was still, we think the sixth one probably was in Billy Mays, but other than that, both of you entered there with 3. Absolutely Duck didn't get the one in the back of Gauntlet. Farmer did not check. Ship Peebs would had an E-tank. And then it was,
I had 4
it
at
was,
the time,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think the 4th one was a wave missile, I think.
Yeah. There's one over there. Yeah, when I did the actual, like, it was just awkward because I had so low PBs, and then, like, I was like, where do I get PBs? And so I ended up doing, like, the trick to go around. It was just such a weird, like, it was so, like, interconnected early on, and there was just, like, so little to do. Like, I had my mind on Norfair relatively early, and then I just kept getting pulled from it, and, like, I kind of suspected there was going to be Varia there. It was kind of good that I didn't do it any earlier, though, because, like, you know, like a Varia would like to get a suit and then get out, but there really wasn't anything. You pretty much needed to collect everything else to even like survive that because it was tight as it was.
A little interjection here in the credits. Hydro Booms was the Space Jump Lock GT item. Ice Beam was at Wreck Ship E-Tank. I didn't see Spring Ball, but we didn't care about that. So those were, maybe you could argue about that Ice Beam being worth it if you know it's there. But yeah, didn't get those items. This was, you guys had like no movement forever, as opposed to the last one was just speed only forever. But this one, it gave you like early E-tanks, and then it stopped. And yeah, the beginning of the map with like you knew like all of the like portals between the two of you. I think Appy had a little bit better information really early, and it was all just like interconnected. You had those outstanding dead ends through Meridia and Wreck Ship, so it was doing some stuff.
Like I use the broadcast viewer on the trackers because I find it more concise and easier to read, but like it's kind of vertical and everything was so interconnected. It was just like a mess of wires, like directly in the. I couldn't even tell where things were going because it was just everything was on top of each other. So like that also made it difficult because yeah, like Norfair and like Red Tower and Criteria were all just like everything was just going to each other. And I'm like Kraid, like I was just hoping I didn't miss track because I'm like this is my last place, and but like basically once I got speed, like it was really straightforward. I mean, depending on where like Varia could have been a little bit like in Wreck Ship or something, but like once I got speed, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go. Speed. Yeah, so I knew that there was the one item in Brinstar which pretty much had to be gravity. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Meridia, and I knew I have to check that other portal, and like at that point, I knew one was gonna be Croc and one was gonna be Kraid, off of and then I was just hoping I was gonna get Varia, otherwise like I'd have to like come back to Lower Norfair, but. Yeah, I think it was like my first boss done was like at 55 minutes, and then I was done at like what 125 or something. So it was basically just a boss rush as soon as you got Grav.
Yeah, I felt the same. I got a little mixed up at the transitions right at the end. I couldn't remember where back of Wreck Ship was. I knew I seen it before, but must have went 3 or 4 or 5 wrong.
Yeah, I mean, technically that Grav could have unlocked either Wreck Ship or Meridia. Because it was weird we didn't even have Wreck Ship, like, not having back or Wreck Ship access with how much we had.
I did Dragon first, then Ridley, then found Wreck Ship.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, gravity was also our logical access to Wreck Ship, so it very, like,
right.
Logically it could have been like, oh, you should go to Wreck Ship first. It's just like Meridia was right there. Plus, that was like one of the 2 portals we didn't know, so it kind of made sense to beeline that. And then the seed just kind of decided to be nice at that point and not make us like, because it could have made us go, okay, you have to go to Wreck Ship and then come back to Lower Norfair and then go back to Wreck Ship,
right?
Type of thing. But fortunately, didn't do that. It was basically just boss rush after, and then like I had enough ammo, and then I just found charge. I mean, it was kind of likely to be in Lower Norfair, but I mean, I wasn't playing for it, and it was just lucky that it was there. So.
Yeah, Duck, you made me look foolish by several times. I was trying to call out a route after where you were doing on a boss, and then you're like, "I'm gonna go this way, and it's gonna be better." Like I thought we were going to Wreck Ship after you found Varia instead of going to Lower Norfair. That was silly, and then your in-game tutorial was a lot better. So, it's definitely tracking if that's what you're doing. It's important to do. It helps you out a lot. Those routes can be confusing.
My original idea was to go back through, I think, Red Tower to Wreck Ship, but then I was looking at the map and I was like, oh no, I can actually do that faster.
I was
But like I said, my
Well-
map is just like it's such a spaghetti. I had to stare at it.
I'll link you a tracker that I think is better. It lists things by area and like both things are on both sides. It's built by
I mean, this one's
Massisteria.
fine. It's
Yeah.
very rare that it does this. Like, it's concise enough. I don't need that much information. So,
Yeah. I had you like running across all of Criteria at the end instead of going through Norfair to get to Green Brinstar. But yeah, like I said,
yeah, that was my
better.
original doc, and then I had to like stare. I had to like again stare at this to like deconstruct this, and I was like, oh no, this is actually going to be faster. Yeah, because I was gonna go originally. I was gonna go back down through Criteria to the bottom, out the tube, and then into Brinstar. And then I realized I could just run through Norfair. That'd be a little bit faster.
We want to thank you both. Obviously, we set up this little double header for the team to get both going back to back. That's exactly what our plan was all along when we built this. For like, maybe we'll get 2 awful seeds and we'll have 4.5 hours to just sit here and talk with our friends here in Speed Gaming Chat.
Yeah, it's been you guys started almost 4 hours ago.
It's been fun though. I want to thank Asi for joining me here. Thank all 4 of our runners, you two as well as Ace and Gwen. Azure tracked this one, Craze Gamer on the first one, and all of our Super Metroid fans in the chat. We've had a blast here. The bot has been very moody today. That was like 2 races ago, but they did race today. We've got a ton on the schedule tomorrow. I want to say the first race is like 10 a.m. Eastern or something like that. Lots of good matchups. If you're one of our volunteers or fans, we've got plenty of open signups for comms and tracking. And then we've got some more on Sunday. A couple more races to get scheduled, but we've got a packed weekend here on the Speed Gaming Networks for Randomizer League Season 2. We may have rolled the 2 worst seeds of the week, but we may have not. Who knows? You two runners have anything you want to say? Feel free. Otherwise, we're gonna get out of here. Did I say season 2 instead of week 2? Good job.
I just want to make sure, double check with Astor that going to Firefly first was fine this time.
Yeah, that was the super. That was definitely fine.
It was also on the way. So, but I'm just joking. But yeah, I don't have anything serious to say. Well, that's always true, but I'm done.
Just thanks everybody, and thanks Speed Gaming, and thanks guys for doing the tracking, comms, and everything. Thanks Empathy Duck for an awesome race.
Yeah, thanks for racing. It was fun.
Alrighty, we are going to get out of here. It's past midnight Eastern here in the United States. Get a good night's sleep, everyone. Wake up tomorrow. Join us for some more randomizer action. This has been D-Web and Aussie, and we'll see you next mission.